All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever your time zone may be. We're back with a double header of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. This time, changing up the rule set. We're going to be playing the 7th qual for our first DDR tournament, using a little bit more glitches, potentially. This is still a glitchless seed, but we are now going to introduce some more different takes on our item requirements. So Dobby, you can send our runners off, and I will pass it off to you and Dotso for commentating. Enjoy.
Perfect. Just let our runners off. So we should be starting very shortly. So yes, so on CoComs today, have this week Dotso, who is currently the player with the most points in our leaderboard for the tournament. So very exciting.
Hello.
If you are not familiar with DDR and it's your first time watching, first off, welcome. We always love having new people watching. And DDR is a glitch rule set that's designed to be between standard and no I am wrong work in terms of glitches. It bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing a lot more of the quality of life stuff. The major things that are banned are the incredibly powerful glitches that including item manipulation, wrong warping, and bomb hovering being the most important ones. There are also some other ones. We encourage you to check the link if you want to see full details there. In addition, they have to enter dungeons more or less the intended way, and they have to open boss rooms by standing in front of the door and pressing A. Already a very nice C telling us that we are a winner. APOG.
Okay, zombies reading the hint as soon as possible, pretty much. That's new.
That's an interesting strat. I guess it could be good if you find out that Kokiri Forest is foolish, but at this point you're likely to want some extra hearts and money anyway, so I'm not sure how much it would pay off. If you aren't familiar... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, if you didn't get the sword, there's you don't have enough money, and I like to leave if I don't have enough money to do Deku, so...
Yeah, you can save warp back there anytime, so might as well come back later with more money. So one thing, if you're used to standard, the openings that you're probably going to see are going to be very similar to what you may be used to. In order to do a lot of glitches that really open up the game, you still need some items, notably bombs and hookshots and stuff like that. So the first part of the routing is really going to be trying to get as many items as possible and as much information as possible about the seed. This uses, for the settings, two of the really important ones to keep in mind. In order to beat the game, we have to obviously get to Ganondorf, beat Ganondorf, and then beat Ganon. In order to get to Ganondorf, we'll need to complete two things. We'll need to find one stone in order to open the bridge for Ganon's castle, and then we'll need 5 medallions to get the Ganon's boss key from Light Arrow cutscene. So that's basically what our end goal is. Get 1 stone, get 5 medallions, and then make sure to have bow, magic, and light arrows.
So we have forest and fire are path of the hero, lake is dead, and 50 skulls is dead.
Fire Temple path.
Yeah. Yeah, and the path of the hero, if you're used to standard, is something we sort of created ourselves using Merax's more powerful hints, and it basically, without logic, just points to a select set of items randomly, and it's stuff like Din's fire, fire arrows, magic, bows, bomb bags, like the stuff we really want.
And clearly Shirogen this seed already gives you a highly shield. If you are curious about the full list, so the full list of items that can be hinted for that Hero's Path hint, it's Hover Boots, Hookshot, Din's Fire, Bomb Bag, Boomerang, Bow, Megaton, Hammer, Iron Boots, Magic Meter, Mirror Shield, Fire Arrows, and Strength. So that's just indicating that one of those items is in there, and it does not follow logic at all. It can entirely be a bow-locked bow or a bomb-locked bomb bag. That's very possible.
Yeah, it's funny that how different runners treat those hints as well, because they're completely random. Like, sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're awful, and so every runner just kind of does their own thing with them. I kind of go back and forth whether I rush those areas or just use them as, like, I have nothing else to do, let's go here type things.
I think Axe at one point in the in Restream, she had a really nice way of thinking about it. A nice way to think about the path of the hero is effectively a guarantee that that area is not barren. That's basically what those hints are saying.
That is a good way to think about it.
So Tomaltech, altogether there are 5 entrants this week. Oh, hook shot.
In the valley, too.
Valley, hook shot. Oof. That's not as bad as we've had. I think it was a hook shot in at Din's Fire. That one was bad.
Oh yeah, the one that I got like 20 minutes before everybody else even thought to go there. That was funny. Pot is dead. Yeah, the hook shots are like it's one of the most valuable items. Just because it's like super useful, but also it locks 2 dungeons completely in water and forest in this rule set. Because you can do glitches to get into both of those, but because we have to enter them quote unquote normally, we need the hook shot for both.
Yeah, it's hookshot is definitely one of the most logically important ones. It can be nice. It's definitely a double-edged sword, because if you can't find hookshot, it locks so much that it can help narrow it down. But it also is very important to helping finish the seeds quickly. So you kind of really want to find that one.
It's double defense.
On behalf of Axe.
Titties.
Nice.
Wow, you're playing an interesting song there for Scarecrow.
The gore on the lullaby.
I don't think it's a Goron Lullaby. Goron Lullaby, you're required to wait 5 minutes before putting in the last 2 inputs. I remember.
Oh, this is OT, not MM. Also, I like Asder's cosmetics, which are just vanilla GameCube cosmetics.
So Horario, DDR runs generally they're shorter, and for the most part that isn't usually just because of the glitches. They can really help a lot, but part of what makes it typically faster are the fact that you only need to beat 5 medallions, so you can basically skip one of the medallion dungeons. So typically, what we really like for that is it means that you have a choice, and you should very rarely, if ever, end up with a situation that you need to find one item. Usually you'll have a couple options of you can find either this or this.
Yeah, the combination of not needing to do an entire subset of dungeons, like all the medallions, along with being able to skip items via glitches, turns this into a lot of routing. Like, what can I do? What can't I do? What do I need? And the set of items that you need to complete the seed is generally a lot smaller, which makes seeds faster.
So usually when we say faster, usually if you have a seed where the top finish is less than 2 hours, that's generally a good seed. On average, an average seed is probably between 2 and 2.5 hours. And if top finishes are more than 2.5 hours, that's a pretty gross seed.
Yeah. More than 2.5 hours basically means that there was one item that was required in a location that nobody checked.
We've had that very, very rarely. It has to be real gross.
Yeah, I think it was like Qual 2 or 3 that happened.
Yeah, we definitely had one of the balls that was... I think it was one of those, like, Din's Fire or something like that.
Yeah, it's just garbage.
If you aren't familiar with glitch runs, you see on Azur's side on the left, he's doing a glitch called Infinite Sword Glitch. One of the most common things you'll see in glitch runs of OOT. What you're doing there is you crouch stab and interrupt that animation by doing some kind of action, usually pressing, targeting an enemy or reading a sign, and that causes you to be infinitely stabbing.
Yeah, it's super useful too when combined with the fact that crouch stabs in this game have no default value, so they just take whatever value you had before. So you can do a lot of damage really, really quickly by like storing a jump slash. Doggo had the light arrows. Good doggo.
Good job. I mean, good doggo. Less okay, lady. I mean, why are... You should give those to Link so we can beat the game, lady. There we get the second hero's path for Forest Temple. You'll see. For the hint distribution, all hints are duplicated once. And so, if you find more than 2, as usual, that means there's a second item there. What we are looking for in terms of our hint distribution, we have 2 Wave of the Hero hints, 3 Foolish hints, and 3 Path of the Hero, or Hero's Path hints.
Zombie couldn't do the scene walk.
And it depends if Zombie's planning on waiting for time of day anyway. If you're waiting for time of day, it doesn't matter that much. Already dead.
It's all the skulls.
That's all skulls. That's really nice to know that early in the run that you basically can ignore them for the most part.
Yeah. I think there's choose on 40, so if like everything goes sideways, you can always just get those. But that's a desperation move if I've ever seen one.
That would be insanely desperation. It would be amazing. I think last week maybe we had a smart play from Sage to actually go and use a wallet to buy choose from the carpet salesman. You can also do that ahead of time too. They have to go real sideways for 40.
Is Zombie pushing both blocks because he doesn't have anything to jump slash with? It is possible to cross that with a precise jump, but it's so esoteric that I think I'm the only one that ever does it. Oh, nice minuet from CL.
Right. That means we shouldn't have a Wave of the Hero Sarias. That's nice.
True. No bait.
Nope. Well, I don't know about no bait, but definitely less bait.
Yeah. No, none of that particular bait that we all despise so much.
And Azure, we see going for a very common play of early Deku. It's particularly good when you end up with a medallion start like this. Since you need a stone anyway, you're basically guaranteed to be doing Deku. And it's either going to be a medallion, which is useful, or a stone, which is useful. So you see this very often, especially when you start with a medallion.
It's chicken game from Zombie. And a free shield.
Free shield. Hashtag Shirazi.
Yep, all the free shields.
So far, though, they're doing really well for Bingo. They have 2 of the 3 elemental arrows and 2 of the 3 shields.
Yeah. It looks like Deku had nothing inside of it, but the reward is still useful.
Medallion, nice.
Fire medallion. One-third of our way to Nocturne that hopefully we don't need.
I don't know. I'm still hoping for a Child Shadow. Figures. I commentate like 90% of DDR restreams, and one of the few times I miss it, I miss a Child Shadow.
Sorry, it was useful.
I know. It was Pog. If you haven't seen that run, I definitely recommend it. It is on YouTube on the Zelda Speedruns channel. It's the most recent DDR restream, so the one from last month, I think. So.
ZL from Staria's, that's a little bit weird because we typically like to, or a lot of people skip Zelda just because songs are less useful in DDR.
Yep, but Wave the Hero for Bottom of the Well. That's going to be interesting. That also means that logically the seed's going to want you to get Song of Storms. We won't, but the seed's going to want us to.
Yeah. Big Poes are dead.
Well, yeah, they're ghosts.
Well, they get to live, rather, because we're not going to kill them.
Yeah, they're undead. They're undead and don't have to be re-dead, which is also another enemy, so, you know, it's fine.
Now my head hurts. It'll be. So I think Zombie's about to go to Deku, which is a good play. I'm curious if he's going to do Bottom of the Well though, because with ZL you can get all but 2 checks, the 2 ones explosive blocked, but with shenanigans potentially you could get them and you could get explosives. So I think it's a good play if you know how to do it.
It'll definitely be interesting, especially this early in the run, to find out what that Wave the Hero item is. Could be really nice for Logic.
That too as well.
So one thing, if you're more familiar with standard Logic, one of the intricacies that for 1S over 5M, well, a Wave the Hero items means that logically, if you remove that item, the seed is uncompletable. In the case of 1S over 5M, that usually means that an item that is Wave the Hero is blocking completion of at least 2 medallion dungeons. So that really helps to narrow down what it could be. Azure did check the thing. Hopefully he'll recheck for us, because apparently he's faster than we are at reading those. And the tracker does say that Jabu is medallion. So that's one individual item that could be that we might have to find. Typically, dungeons to look out for here, as usual, Jabu, Fire, and Mirror Shield. Those require individual items that could be basically anywhere. So, like for Jabu, even in DDR, you need Boomerang. For Fire Temple, even in DDR, you need Hammer. And for Spear Temple, even in DDR, you need the Mirror Shield. So those are 3 requirements for those medallions that we can't skip. Unless we're able to skip those. Yeah. Exactly, yeah, because the bosses.
Deku is a foolish choice.
Nice. That's actually good, because it looks like... I don't know if Zombie's gone in yet.
He hasn't.
That's actually a good find, then. Speaking of good find, Astor found a bomb bag.
Yep, bomb bag from the roof guy. And Skull Mask is dead, unless I read that wrong.
Astor has bombs and hook shot. If this were my own run work, would be in go mode.
Yep, exactly. Just need a bow and magic. So even in DDR, it's pretty powerful. So given that we need special items for fire and spirit, it's very likely that everyone is going to use forest as their stone.
Yeah, unless you happen to get really lucky and find that item. Though even then, if it's fire and spirit, those are both pretty slow dungeons. So, likely you'd opt for forest anyway.
Yeah, although forest can be slow as well. We like to skip the pose because we have useful cutscenes turned on, which lets you go to the basement early. So if the boss key is really early, you can just skip the entire dungeon, basically. Which is nice. But sometimes Beth has the key, and then it's just like, the slog to get all the way to Beth.
And clearly, if you want to open an elevator, clearly the solution is you can join us for DDR, and we always love to have new people. So then you won't even have to worry about the elevator. Get your bets in for Azure. I'm going 49. Ooh.
48. Taking the even seconds, the rare bet. Zombie's route right now is really intriguing. He's going a lot of places that typically we skip, which, could be a good plan.
It could be a very interesting play, because, typically Zora's Domain people put off for a while, since there's only 2 checks there, and usually, if you do that on the way to something else. Ooh, Dot's correct with 48, nice.
He dodged a flame in, the clutchest way possible to get that.
Also choose, which is nice. So, looks like those 40s are dead. Well, I guess it depends how many choose we found, but... Also, I never understood the physics of rolling through the water with a lit torch, or a lit stick, and it still stays lit. Hashtag OOT logic. It's lit AF, as the kids probably don't say anymore.
The interesting things right now about this seed is ZL is child only. And it also potentially locks 2 dungeons in water and shadow. Well, it definitely locks shadow, but it can lock water.
Yeah, most of the time it will. So I think you need to have long shot and iron boots and a ridiculous amount of stuff.
Yeah,
and it needs to be
there's so many crazy skips and stuff in water that it's just hard to tell who knows how to do what, and because there's so much stuff now with Water Temple. But even still, you need ZL for some stuff, you need Iron Boots for some stuff. You can't escape item requirements. At least not in this rule set. With hovering, you totally can.
Yeah. There are some insane hovers for some vocations.
Nice free Zora tunic.
That's another thing. If you're more familiar with Standard, we do have some items that we have purposely said can't show up as Way of the Hero. They are still logically required, but we just want to avoid the bait of having those in our set and reduce our potentially useful hints. So those are the both tunics as well as Ruto's Ladder. Way of the Hero can't be pointing to one of those items, at least directly.
Yeah, it can still do weird indirect stuff, but that's pretty rare from what I've seen. DC. There's always items in DC unless there isn't, so let's see what's in DC.
100% of the time, it has items. 60% of the time.
Yeah.
It is either way. It's a good play since you know it's one of your medallion dungeons. So it's always going to be good to at least come here and get the medallion. So
Yeah, it's definitely one of the fastest medallions as well. And actually, now I'm curious if the game wants you to do all 3 child dungeons to go to bottom of the well for something. Potentially the long... Well, can't be the long shot. Trying to think now if that could even happen. I guess Iron Boots if stuff is in shadow.
yeah, definitely. If it is Song of Storms on Song of Time, that would also help figure out what is down in the well, because, as you say, like, it can't be Fire Temple, so it can't be Hammer, or Spear Temple for the Mirror Shield, so, like, that would help narrow it down a ton. It would almost be useful if we could see that.
Oh, I meant the vanilla, so Nocturne is what I meant. The vanilla
Nocturne.
child dungeons, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if it's on Song of Time, nobody's getting it.
Yeah. So Deadly Thunder, Hero's Path, it's different from Way of the Hero in that Hero's Path isn't linked to logic at all. There's just a predefined list of items that we qualify as, like, pretty good. You won't be upset if you find those. And Hero's Path is telling you one of those items is in there. You don't know if it's logically required or even if it's self-locked. It's just telling you something.
Go here for a useful thing, potentially.
Yeah. A decent way of thinking about it is, that Axe told me, is it's basically, this area is not barren.
I like the bombs in the bomb bag chest. I think that's funny.
It's almost vanilla. Close.
Yeah, it's close.
It's Neapolitan.
So, from the river, Zombie got a scale, which is in logic. If you go adult to get the bombs and then go back child to get the scale, but didn't have to do that, so... Although, Lake is foolish, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And we have Zelda's Lullaby to access domain already.
True, yeah.
It could only be useful if it's, like, diving or something crazy like that.
Iron Boots in the Tech Grotto. I've seen it before.
That would be amazing.
I'm just like, at this point, I'm like hyper vigilant about scales because the worst at making sure that I realize that a scale exists.
I think we did have one, either qualifier or weekly, that we had both scales Way of the Hero, so hopefully we don't have that.
Well, if that does happen, then you know it's Iron Boots in the Tech Grotto.
Mm-hmm. Dead giveaway there. But you'd much rather have hints for something useful.
Oh, yes. 100%.
I mean, I'm half expecting it because Shira's been nice so far with the seed giving us bombs and hookshot. There has to be something. Like,
yeah, it's got to be something. My money's on Spirit Key Logic somehow.
Spirit Key Logic is always fun, so I could see that.
I'll never forget that one seed where like determined 4 different hints, all of which just came back to spirit key logic.
You know, spirit key logic's bad when we actually have, I think, pinned in the DDR discussion channel, a reference for what keys require what.
Yeah.
Which I think you made, actually.
I did, yeah. It was after that. It was even after that scene. I'm just like, I need to write this all down so that nobody gets confused by this ever again, even though that's impossible. Because Toxic and Rob are like the only 2 people who just know spirit key logic off the back of their hand.
Back of the left hand or the right hand?
Your dominant hand. Actually, your non-dominant hand.
Oh! I thought we were
would
talking
have to
about
write it with your dominant hand.
I thought we were talking about the Colossus hand. Sorry.
Oh. I appreciate you saying Colossus hand and not Spirit hand, though.
I was remembering who I was talking to.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, chat. Post your vote in chat. Should the hands that are connected to the Spirit Temple but in Colossus region, are those considered Colossus area or Spirit Temple area? Your vote's now.
Zombie's going to bottom of the well.
Ooh. Or checking the adult thing, actually. Looks like...
Oh, yeah. Also, I like didn't see most of it. There was nothing in DC, right?
Yeah, DC didn't have anything but the medallion, okay. I think.
2 Baron dungeons so far. Let's go.
And unfortunately, 2 of the fast ones that don't require a boss key.
I have noticed though that Zombie hasn't gone to Deku. He's been in Kokiri as well, so I think he's leveraging the fact that he knows that it's Baron, and is just gonna wait for like Densfire to just do it really quickly, which is a decent idea if it works out. Otherwise, it's a gamble. But
yeah, knowing and remembering that it's foolish is really nice. In particular, like the nice thing for the child dungeons is that you basically don't need anything to get to the boss. For the adult dungeons, even if it's foolish, you're going to have to clear some part of it to find the boss key. But that's not the case for the child ones.
He got his bomb bag, which is nice.
Oh, nice, that counted. Link of the Gorons is the actual worst. Also, don't talk to him too fast, or else he... wow, vanilla.
Vanilla tunic!
Don't talk to him too fast after bombing him, or else he doesn't get up and you feel sad, because you have to bomb him again.
Yeah, also don't talk to him too far to the side, or you step outside of his talk range and then soft lock the game. I've seen that happen.
OT is a well-coded video game.
In general, it is.
We got Zombie going to bottom of the well here. We've got the objectively best way to enter bottom of the well. Who plays songs? That's lame. What you're doing here is getting ISG and then picking up a chicken. That causes the chicken to get angry, and basically the first chance it gets when you release it, it will start that cutscene to get mad at you. And so you drop the chicken and backflip into the well. And during that cutscene, you just go straight through the water. That is objectively the best way to enter the bottom of the well. Also acceptable, you can do a trick called Navi Dive, which similarly is another cutscene dive. There's also this song you can play, but that's lame, so don't do that.
I'd be kind of curious if Zombie was going to go to bottom of the well, even if he didn't get bombs, because those bombs are like really convenient.
Mm-hmm. And that will definitely allow like everyone to just full clear this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, maybe not, because CL is child, and not a lot of people do Saria's song in DDR.
So far, nothing in bottom of the well. Description. Oh boy!
Well, Big Goron's dead. He saw the hint before. We just saw the hint from Asder.
Clearly, it's way of the hero to unfreeze King Zora without Blue Fire Kappa.
Curious that Asder didn't look at the volcano at all.
Yeah, it's interesting play. Also interesting that Asder is going dip and fire here.
Well, with the path, it makes a little bit of sense, but yeah.
Oh, true, I forgot about the path. I need one more crouch tap there.
Yep.
One more. Yeah, there you go. Bracelet came well.
Well, so IGC inside Ganon's castle was hinted path, so it could be light trial.
That would be interesting.
That's gross. We don't need strength for light trial.
I mean, it would be gross. It'd be interesting, but it would be terrible. We'll see also if Asder opts for the weird shot to get the Boskian fire. I guess he's probably will, while you're here anyway. How much you actually need strength in this rule set? Unless the seed is really, really bad, you generally would need a maximum of 1, and usually you can skip even that.
I could theory craft needing 2. But even that's skippable. It would just require hessing off the Armos and Spirit.
God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's not great. It's terrible.
Oh, Paperweight Wave the hero. Hog.
Gotta hold down that prescription on your desk.
I can't wait. If we hadn't already found ice arrows, I would hope for like all the meme items in here. We still have the chance for Greg.
Well, the Winter Heart piece was in Kokiri Forest, so that's also not there.
Is that another strength?
That's another strength.
Wow.
Well, that pretty much confirms one of those. Well, probably both of them, in reality. Wait, I'm waiting for the third one to be in here too.
That would be so good.
Then you just go to Light Trial. Or OGC.
Yeah, because that's basically screaming to you that one of those checks has something.
Yeah. A little bit closer, Asder. There we go.
We'll see how much of Fire Temple Asder actually opts to do. Without Hammer, you can do most of Fire. I think in DDR you can do everything except for the except for Full Azure actually.
Yeah, because you can weird shot into highest score on it.
A wallet too.
Well, that's not, because we already have both tunics, technically.
Yeah. And you even already have bombs, so it's not super useful.
We're just gonna leave a lot less, or a lot fewer rupees on the ground.
Your wallet is full, so let's put it back.
Also, I don't wish, because that's like a terrible mechanic. I am curious that because of Cackway the hero, Az is collecting skulls. That's pretty smart.
Okay. The way of the hero can't be pointing to 30, 40, or 50. We also know they're dead, so that's fine. But either way, it's good to grab those just in case it's the tenor of playing.
Yeah, I've already written down Cackway the hero as potentially the Bomb Bag and the Song of Time. So, but Bomb Bag is unlikely since there's 3 of them. And then Song of Time is just a weird one.
A Song of Time is like basically GTG.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's for 1 key, so you can go to the right side.
Yeah, for toilet and also right side, possibly. If our keys aren't laid up in a very particular way, I think, if I remember correctly.
If there's a single key on the right, you require Song of Time.
Yeah, that was it. I remember there's some weird logic thing.
Alright, so I think he's done with Bottom of the Well, so confirmed Strength 2 Way of the Hero effectively. Since we know that Goron is dead from Asda reading the hint in the crater, and we don't need the wallet, and what else was there? I think that was it.
There's an all-important paperweight and prescription.
Oh yeah, the paperweight, right?
Here, zombies seeing the tunic. And I don't think we found anything that's path yet in Fire, so it's interesting. Ooh,
Yeah, just a lot of keys.
Ooh, yeah, Aster going for an old trio strat for this block clip.
This be careful with this one, it's an antique.
It's definitely one of those cases that there are strats that you can do that are a lot more recent and, in my opinion, easier. But hey, if you already know strat, why not?
Yeah, for sure.
I think Aster is a big Go player, so knows a lot of strats from that.
Yeah, he's super old school. One of the old boys. The fun thing about doing that strat in Rando as well is you get to metagame keys, but you don't want to because it's really scary. Like if you skip a chest thinking that it has a key and it turns out that it doesn't.
That would be a very big monk ass, since that basically guarantees you're not going back to Fire Temple.
Like right now, I don't know if he knows that the Scarecrow has a key, but that would be 2 keys, which guarantees access to the top. But he only has 1 key right now, meaning that doing the 2 Gorons on the bottom isn't a good idea because one of them could be the boss key. Do you want to do the map first, so you don't waste the key? Like it hurts your head if you do it too much.
It's not like this.
Yeah, a little bit. And now he only has 2 keys, so he wants to avoid opening the other door.
Oh, I think I was trying to figure out what Zombie God was doing, but I think they were waiting for time of day. I think that was the plan there.
Yeah. It's Dampe time.
It's Dampe time. Zombie getting all of the weirdest checks out of the way, so we know what they are.
Yeah, max % child. Well, max % glitchless child. So you can technically go to spirit, but
Oh,
nice
magic! That's a fun magic.
No. I hope the other one's in a nice location, because that one's pretty bad. The other one's in shadow. Yeah, 100%.
Well,
It's always the magic in shadow.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, because then you get to do child shadow for your magic.
I still want to see that. I don't know if Asger knows that, or Zombie. I don't know if either of the two of them are familiar with it, but I can hope.
Zombie's pretty new to DDR, so probably not. As might have learned it. I think Key and Sage were the only other two that that talk a lot in the Discord that said they were going to learn it. Because Asder doesn't talk very much in the Discord.
Yeah, I think after the last time it came up, I think some extra people said they were going to learn it.
Yeah.
How many actually did? Child Shadow, Shira.
Nice
It
Requiem.
does look swag AF, as the kids definitely don't say. So, worth. It's especially good if you have 10 hearts and double defense. It's the best.
So, Zombie's not doing the torches, which is interesting.
That's an interesting choice. Because you could either, I think, should have something to QPA, or either Flame Storage, too.
Yeah, just do the flame storage. What's out at Requiem? Nice Nocturne. Okay, we can just we can go right back and do it. It's fine.
Surprisingly, well, for Child Shadow, I think you might have extra. For Adult, there's only 2 required Mega Flips to clear all of Shadow Temple without Hover Boots. For Child, there's probably a couple extra you might need. But maybe not.
No, but crossing the gap from the like room back to the Stalfos platform, you need to jump into the wall. Otherwise, you can't make it. I ran into that when I was doing it because I never thought about it before, and then I was like, "Can I just ride the wall?" And it totally worked.
Because, OOT logic. Ride wall, go further.
Yeah. Well, it's like Counter-Strike surfing, right? That's a throwback, if anyone.
You see here, Zombies. My guess is about to go Adult. Since I think they got the hint for.
Oh no! That's
what
a
do we have for
slingshot.
fire? A slingshot for fire. Oh.
Yep. I don't think that's on the list, but
No, it's not. But it does put Deku in logic. Very grossly.
yeah, I'm still waiting for the. Yeah, actually, with that now, if we get a Rang somewhere pretty easy, I think the game does want you to do the Child Dungeons for Nocturne to get probably Song of Storms.
Well, it definitely seems like we'll be seeing some interesting logic here. Which, I mean, it's expected. It is a Shira seed.
So, if I was paying attention to that correctly, the only checks left in Fire are the Bosky Chest, the Highest Goron, and Volvagia. I think Asder did everything else.
Did Asker do the weird shot for Bosky?
No, neither of the weird shots.
Interesting. So, So yeah, so that doesn't leave that much if Esther does decide to go back that path. But I don't. At this point, I don't know how likely that is to happen.
Right. If there's magic on highest Goron, I swear.
Oh
Again.
my God, that would be amazing. Zombie found the big sword. Why does everyone blow up this poor lady? It's not. She doesn't choose what's being sold there, guys. She is just the person working the desk. You know, it's not her fault. Hashtag justice for Bomb Shop Lady.
Yeah, but unfortunately, she's the only thing in there with a cylinder, so it's the only way to blow up the chews really quickly.
And you can just send them around the room and blow up on themselves, you know?
50-minute weird egg. The feels.
Well, might finally find that Zelda's Lullaby, and then I forget where the Way of the Hero for Bottom of the Well is. But might encounter that as well. Oh, and looking to grab light arrows, it looks like.
It was... The coffin had a strength. And I think the other one was the bombable?
Might have been like? Oh, it might have been bombable or like.
I think it was the like. Either way, it's not CL locked, so... Because there were keys, like, all over the place. Zombie taking his strength hook shot, and there's storms.
Storms. Which, with how easy Minuet was to get, this is pretty open too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't have to worry about any convoluted logic there.
I don't think Zombie has something in his bottle to skip the pose, so that might be where he's going. And to clear Lost Woods and stuff, which is a good idea.
Yeah, guys, the reason that she falls asleep is because she's the only minigame that's open day and night. So she's working 24/7, guys.
Yep. Hardest working NPC in Hyrule. Well, and the fishing guy. He's also open 24/7.
True. Fishing guy is clearly true MVP or NVNPC. But Bomb Shoe Shop, close second.
Wish we knew what our third foolish was.
Now, no one's found that yet, which is very interesting. We do
Probably
definitely
back a lake.
Oh, bad for the thing. I thought you meant the third thing. I'm like, well, we got a foolish lake.
Oh yeah, no, for the third foolish, it's probably like back at Lake Hints or something. What in tarnation?
Yeah, my favorite sound effect in the entire game.
I think I'd have to go with... Oh no, my favorite sound effect is Nibiru snapping. Because it's so good.
That is fair. Nibiru snapping is really good too.
And we don't get to hear it in Rando, and I'm sad.
Add that to random nice sound effects. Ooh, second bottle there. Oh, is Zombie gonna grab the fish? Is indeed grabbing for the fish. So might end up seeing.
Welcome to the team, Susan.
We'll see if Susan's a good fish.
We'll see if Forest is a good dungeon.
Yeah, so what you're about to see is the main reason, actually, I think basically the only reason, DDR plays with enabled useful cutscene. The cutscene that's about to come up where the pose drop the elevator, you're able to interrupt that by catching something in your bottle, and this allows you to regain movement, and so you can just walk into the elevator before they put it down, and that allows you to go to the basement early.
Yep.
Are you guys looking for some weep?
It is possible to do the elevator skip quote-unquote glitchless. And I say quote-unquote glitchless because it uses the fact that pressing a cutscene item midair pauses like the timer. You can see it a lot with heat timers. It also works for the Poe cutscene. But it's like legitimately one of the hardest tricks in the game because if you've pressed a cutscene item midair, you can no longer pause. And the entire trick has 2 frames of leniency. So you basically have 2 spare frames to like side hop and frame perfectly press a cutscene item all the way to the elevator.
That's insane.
It's insane, yeah.
I kind of want to see that now too.
It's in the current glitchless forest IL world record.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Meanwhile, we do see Zombie got the more common strat. You see,
the way easier way to do that.
Way easier way to do that using a fish. You can also use it using bugs, but because bugs move around, they tend to be a little bit more difficult to do. Fish tends to be pretty consistent. Susan was a good fish.
Yeah, there's a way to make the bugs consistent by dropping them in the corner, but it's kind of one of those weird esoteric strats.
Meanwhile, I think we missed. Oh, he's going for it now too. So we see here as you're actually missing a super slide. That's a movement technique using bombs. If you roll into them at a certain time, and the invincibility frames combined with shielding pushes you back at super high speeds. Dotso can probably explain better why it works. I have no idea because of OT. But this allows you to move backwards at super high speeds. Super slides are one of the easier ones to do, but they have the downside of only being able to go backwards in a straight line.
Meanwhile, hover boots in the forest basement, which is huge.
Wow. Is the rest of the cutscene playing? I've never seen the rest of the cutscene play here.
Yeah, he did it in such a way where it has to play again because it never finished. Like, there's certain timings you can use to not make that happen. Side hop.
Hopefully,
don't
do it. No. If you're in that situation, you can side hop or backflip, and that will get the elevator to go all the way down, and you can just drag it back up. If you save and quit, then that cutscene is forever burnt, and you'll have to go and beat all the Poes.
Yep. Now he needs a bow to do for us.
Technically, there is a way to get to the basement without doing the pose, and without doing that. I think Arthur was saying he was going to make a tutorial. I don't know if that's up yet, but that is much harder to do.
Yeah, and he actually has the hover boots now to do it, which is ironic.
Is funny.
Oh man. Yeah, I actively avoid that strat. It's not terrible, it's just finicky and like hard to see because you're just in the wall for most of it.
It's definitely a lot harder than the Poe cutscenes.
Oh, for sure.
Wow, Trez calling you up.
Fight me, Trez. Join the DDR tourney. Fight me. We'll let you be last seed for the bracket.
That would be amazing, not gonna lie.
But yeah, Arthur's tutorial on that is published, I think. Yes, you can use the spoiler log. I will still beat you.
Shots fired. So Gamma Emerald. The door requirement for the dungeon door requirement. What that means is actually twofold. For the first part is that in order to enter dungeons, you have to enter them more or less the intended way. So, for instance, you're not allowed to clip into Water Temple and skip the hook shot. You have to open the entrance to Water Temple by shooting the crystal with a hook shot or long shot, and then enter through the door while it's loaded. The second part is that in order to get to the boss rooms of each dungeon, you have to open the door by standing in front of it and pressing A. So as a child, you can just stand in front and press A, and as an adult, you need the boss key. So basically, you can't clip into dungeons, and you can't do boss key skips.
Saw from Zombie just there, a ledge clip, which is, I was going to say relatively new, but it was like 2015 when it was found. It's a way to clip, I guess, through the floor by using the ledge grab animation, as well as targeting a wall to turn Link, and he ends up inside or under the floor that he's grabbing. And you can just press A to let go.
That only works as adult, right?
It does work as child in that all of the setup is the same, but if you release to fall, child is so short that he ends up just popping up because of the way floors work. But you can combine it with damage in certain specific areas. Zora's Domain is one of them to properly clip.
Oh, so sort of like vine clipping where you use the damage.
Yeah.
And Gamma, yeah. So this is the rule set that we're using is DDR, so it's not using the standard rule set at all. If you want the full details, we gave you kind of the short blurb of what it is. But if you want the full details, you can check the link for the wiki there. That has like exactly what is allowed and what isn't allowed, and what all the requirements are.
Zombie should be leaving. Well, I guess there's only one more check before Master, so that's fine, I guess.
That's a gross spot for that hint.
Yeah, I don't remember. The other one was like the lake or valley or somewhere. They were both in weird spots.
Yeah, was that a valley? Or was like it might have been Lost Woods.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Right by the scrub. I think you're right.
I'm sticking with my 49 for Zombie.
51.
Meanwhile, we see Asdor clearing up the child Goron City. Had access to pretty early to bomb, so we'll see if the rolling Goron has anything good.
I did just realize that because we've seen a lot of forest from Zombie, that the boss key is probably bow locked.
That would be gross.
Yeah, the only non-bow locked checks left were Floor Master and the second Stalfos and technically the checkerboard room, but you'd need to know how to get there. So it's like 50-50. Yeah, it's like 50-50 boss key.
So Tobias, no, you aren't allowed to clip into the boss room and then leave, because then effectively you're taking advantage of using that clip. Usually, if you're doing something by accident and you don't get any advantage from it, that's fine. But in that case, you're very clearly taking advantage of the clip you're using. It's also one of the nice things is that for DDR, it's very, very difficult to accidentally do a boss, like to clip into a boss room or clip into a dungeon. So that tends to help.
Oh no, I accidentally did 2 hovers and dropped a bomb and then pressed B on 2 particular frames. Whoops.
Whoops. Aw, shucks.
Oh no, now I'm in Morpho's room. What a shame.
Guess I'll just continue from here, I guess. Oh, shucks.
I think the only one you could actually legitimately do by accident, and I say by accident in quotes, is Spirit. If you do the head clip, because it could just be like muscle memory right into the load.
Yeah. That would definitely be, I think, the closest one that, like, you know, if you're too used to doing the regular strat as opposed to the DDR strat, that could definitely happen.
DC hasn't been hinted foolish, but it doesn't have anything in it, so...
We also know it can't be hinted foolish since we had Deku Tree foolish. So even if it doesn't have anything in it, we won't get that hint.
Oh, did we see Lost Codes foolish? I guess we did.
Oh, apparently we did.
Look, it's both two words, they both start with L, and they both have the same number of letters. I can't be, you know, responsible for reading.
Reading too hard, please, Nerf.
I just look at the shape, and then...
I would like to point out, this is our current leader of the DDR tournament, admitting doesn't actually read.
Yeah, fully illiterate. Despite the fact that I have text on all the strat videos that I make.
Oh, Astor put the chicken in the pen and then realized needed one more to grab the back here.
But it just mega flipped across. What a shame.
That's one interesting thing, if I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, we had a hero's path for Ganon's castle? We do.
Yes.
And our stones in this case are really gross. Since it looks like it's about 50-50 at this point whether we have a bow-locked forest. And that's the least bad of the three.
Right.
And correct. In this particular, it might be in Romans, but I don't think so. On the main branch, the 100 Skull Club reward is never randomized.
I think there is a branch for that, but I don't think it's Romans. I'm pretty sure he's the one that's like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
You know, if even Roman doesn't include it, you know it's...
Oh yeah, it's
real bad.
terrible.
Come on, Azure, you want to do it. Got a bomb as well. You can do it.
As still use chicken.
Nice spacing there for the chicken. If you because you have infinite sword glitch, if you get too close to the chicken while trying to pick it up, it can aggro and then try to murder you too soon before you even pick it up, and that's bad. It can help if you roll into it and then pick it up like that. That can help too, just to help clear that distance before it gets mad.
Yeah, nothing in hand plus rolling is like the most consistent way to do it. So we've seen most of fire, we've seen most of forest. I think if I were playing this at this point, I might just... Well... If I was zombie, I would do Spirit, because he has Requiem. And Requiem is fully in logic. So Child Spirit for keys. But more importantly, go to GTG.
The GTG in this, especially with the strength being almost certainly what is we have hero here.
Yeah. Like, clip into OGC and then just bite the bullet and go all the way to GTG. I do know that RSL doesn't use a uniform distribution for Skull Bridge. The like 1 and 100 aren't equally likely. I think it's geometric. So that like 100 is 100 times less likely than 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to see. They definitely don't use like uniform. Because I know they also don't do that for Master Quest too. I think it's like the odds of getting all Master Quests is like 0.04%, something stupid like that.
Statistics. Brought to you by Rando.
Also, happy 1 hour, everyone. If you're just joining us, or just joined recently, as a reminder, you are watching the 7th qualifier race for the DDR tournament. DDR is a glitched rule set specifically designed for Randomizer that bans some of those powerful glitches in the game while allowing a lot of the quality of life stuff. If you are interested in trying out the rule set, we encourage you to check out the OoTR Randomizer Discord. There's a DDR section where you can check out DDR discussion if you're looking to pick up the rule set questions for learning. You can also check out the DDR S1 discussion channel for similar things. That's also you can check out. Also take this opportunity to thank our team that's helping out. First up, our trackers, Deadly Thunder and Purple, who make sure that we're actually aware where items are, because they do that way better than us. As well as thanking my co-commentator, Dotso. Both of our runners that you can see on stream here, Asder and Zombie God, and thank you to Maltech. We also, of course, have to thank our restreamers. Shiro, who I think at this point has gone to actually enjoy her vacation like she should, as well as Trez, who's now helping out. Thank you, both of you guys. Yeah, there's a real delay on that command. I don't know why.
Probably because you used like all the other ones.
Yeah, it's definitely the bot being slow. That's clear. Oh, I did, Trez. I was going 50-50 whether it was an O or a 0, and I bet wrong.
Wait, do you use a font that makes those two things look the same?
It's just on the Twitch show, so I could fix that for you, Trez.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. There we go, I fixed it. Oh, sorry, I forgot the command. It was definitely the bot that did that, definitely, don't worry about it.
Brando bot rebelling against his father. Oh, we'll get to see the left side of the maze now, because Zombie has strength. Asder didn't have strength when he was here.
Well, yeah, that'll be interesting. Did we already check that? I don't see anything on tracker.
What in the world?
Man, I've been outbotted.
Yep.
And yes, Gamma, that was indeed a completely vanilla tunic.
Oh, frogs are dead. Didn't see that one before. Zombie? Oh.
Not that one.
He lifted a boulder by accident, which reminded him he can lift the boulders. That's amazing.
That's amazing. I love it.
And a heart piece.
Wow. Unfortunate. I would have loved it if accidentally picking up the boulder led to like hammer or something.
Yeah. Or a bow.
Bow would have been fantastic. Like at this point, like it's probably going to take finding a bow before Zombie goes to forest. Like,
yeah, I mean he pretty much has to. I like how nobody is looking at the volcano. Like,
I mean, it's got no in the name. Of course he wouldn't do that. Do you want to look at that? Volcano. I also do like that this tunic color on Zombie God side. That is Chef Kiss. You can, if you know how to do Hessing, you are actually able to clip inside the double magic fairy earlier. You can there is a couple other shots you can do. As Child, you can just pop in. There you go, that's up. You can also mega flip from the top too.
I don't know what that was. It was a black spot with one shiny spot.
I have no idea, honestly. I don't think it didn't look important to me, but it could have been like hammer. That's about the only thing that I think would match that description.
Long shot.
Yeah, I said anything useful though.
Fair enough. Although for zombie, long shot might be useful to cross the Garuda Bridge. I don't know if he does reverse. He's relatively new.
He does have hovers and bombs though, so there's a decent chance could hover slide.
Yeah. I have a new policy, like especially for DDR, because you can get to the volcano in so many ways. My policy at this point is to just, if I don't know what it is, pick it up.
Hopefully you don't use that strategy at the grocery store, because that could have some interesting results.
Well, I usually know what everything is in the grocery store. I don't know what grocery stores you're shopping at, but we don't have mystery boxes.
You don't have any loot boxes? What kind of grocery store do you have? I bought the season pass. Now I get the loot boxes 50% off.
Oh my god. I know what a durian is. I also know that it smells awful.
You've played Breath of the Wild. You know what a durian looks like.
I actually haven't played Breath of the Wild. I don't own a Switch.
Do you own a Wii U?
No.
No, then that becomes problematic.
I'll probably get one for Breath of the Wild 2, especially since they're probably going to go on sale with the new Switch coming out.
Oh, man.
Nice second slingshot.
We also just had Azure just gave me a heart attack as goes to Child Spirit and has a flaming piece go straight for his face. On Purple, I actually do own a Wii U, surprisingly. I think we picked it up for Breath of the Wild, and then it got delayed for like 4 years.
Depending on how the vote goes in the speedrun community, everyone might be getting a Wii U.
So you're saying I should vote for the one that makes it so I can sell it for like $1,000? Got it.
Yeah. You get in on that market share.
Yeah.
It's the insider trading of Wii
Insider
U's.
trading.
Nice key on Child Side Spirit.
Oh, so logically, we need Requiem here.
Well, it might not.
Why are you using electronics in the pool, Shiro? This seems like a bad plan.
Just don't drop it.
Fivehead.
Trez. Yeah. Immediately realizes. Two keys on Child Side.
We'll see if Asger opts to do the rest as Child, or just go adult. At this point, it would definitely be better just go adult.
Zombie doing new checks.
We're still waiting for the Trez does DDR on the DDR dance pad.
Bow! We found a bow.
That's really a nice location for a bow. It would have been nicer to find it earlier, but That is awesome.
Recovery heart on the arch. Oh, there's the Lost Woods. Cool. Asder having a heck of a time trying to super slide right now.
Super sliding on sand, especially with slopes, is a lot trickier.
Let's see, between the two of them, go mode would be... Actually, we're in go mode. Assuming a lot of things. Because you can just not do Jabu.
Well, I went to Jabu, so we don't have a fire source.
Oh, that's what we're missing.
So, like, unless one of them knows Child Shadow,
Yeah,
please, one of you guys know Child Shadow and have that on restream, please. I'm also not sure how familiar both of them are for the water temple tricks, since I don't think either of them have iron boots. So, like, in particular, the center pillar requires some pretty hefty glitches. You can get it without iron boots, but it's something. Oh, again, I guess now we are able to complete one of our stones.
Yeah, being able to go to IGC is going to be huge.
And yes, Purple, you're able to get into Water Temple. You need Hookshot to open the gate. You can do that with just Hookshot. It's precise, but there is a setup. And then in order to enter, you can do a Navi dive or Ocarina dive in order to get in.
Right, 2 new dungeons. Let's go.
We'll finally find out where this big key is in Forest Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ocarina dive is mostly the reason, well, and Child Shadow, is mostly the reason that we have to qualify when we say enter dungeons, more or less the intended way. They're mainly the reason we have to add that more or less.
Yeah, there is a precise definition, but it's technical, sort of. Basically, you have to be in bounds when you enter it.
Yeah. Oh boy, more Deku sticks.
I think that's all of the upgrades now. So. But it might have been.
Oh, I think you're cutting that on my end there, Dotsa.
I had no idea you could hover boots from that like top alcove to the other alcove.
Oh, like to cross the gaps in the boulder room in Spirit?
No, in Forest. He just went from the top of the block puzzle to the floor master alcove.
Oh, nice.
Like with just hover boots.
I think that there is a version of that that's needed, in Logic for Standard, I think.
Yeah, but you do it from the bottom to skip string.
That Mirror Shield? Mirror Shield would definitely be nice if we found that. Especially if Astor finds that. If you find that in Spirit, then you're definitely doing that for your stone.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I think we still have not found the Path of the Hero in Forest, because we do know there is one. We haven't found that yet in Forest Temple, so
Hovers in the basement, I think was.
Oh, true. I forgot about hovers in the basement. That could be it.
Yeah, it was fire that we're missing because it's all hammer locked nonsense.
There's that.
Vanilla boss key. I think we're actually in logic right now in Spirit, which is weird. It feels weird.
I didn't know that was allowed.
I know, me neither. Obligatory, you must go out of logic by going into Spirit.
And I guess it will depend if we get like some of the fire checks, which technically we can get the map chest even in logic because we have Child has access here and plenty of keys.
Unless it has a key, and then you need fire arrows. Welcome to Spirit key logic.
The Spirit key logic is perfectly simple, guys. You can access the map chest with only 2 keys, except if you have access to that as Child with a fire source. But if there's a key in there, and the month rhymes with Ember, and it's a full moon in tonight, then you actually require 7 keys. It's simple.
Any child could understand it.
Yeah, it's just basic, guys.
Basic math.
We're adding it to our statistics course that we have from Rando.
I think you need abstract algebra for Spirit.
It's either abstract algebra or mixology, one of the two.
Mixology. There probably is a world where, like, the graph of location requirements does, like, form a proper algebra. I guess it would have to be. Nice bomb bag.
Nice bomb. Always like more bombs.
Nice bomb-locked bomb bag, actually. Which makes that CAC bomb bag even more likely to be way the hero. And the clip. I like that clip. I suck at that clip, but I do like that clip.
So Gamba mixology is I think, if I know correctly, it's some kind of how you mix drinks. Because it's very important for understanding key logic.
Because you have to be drunk to understand it. Yeah, it's like the theory of bartending or whatever, of like making cocktails. Alright, 1 check, 2 checks left in Forest. I always forget that PG has an item.
And so far, Azure still hasn't found Mirror Shield, unfortunately. We do... That is something that you kind of hope to find in Spirit if you need to beat it anyway. Oh, also, pro tip, if you're climbing this and struggling, apparently, I found out from Dotso, if you hold target, so if you hold Z, it actually changes your hitbox for some reason.
Hitbox, it changes where the wall looks. Effectively, that's the same thing.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Because OOT.
So it forces the wall to ignore Link's hands, effectively. So he only cares about his feet. So being between 2 sliding pieces is basically impossible. I have seen someone fall while holding Z, which I thought was impossible, but it's just really precise, I think.
Okay. We're also doing really well for meme percent. We have Ice Arrows, Neru's Love, Paperweight, Prescription.
Winter Heart Piece.
Winter Heart Piece. I think we might just be missing Greg.
And the Gerudo card, but that's not shuffled, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, it's not shuffled, so. We also still haven't found those fire arrows for one shadow entry, but also for that for the bingo square for all elemental arrows. So we really need to get on that.
Gamma, the Stone of Agony. It's completely useless, so it's effectively just a paperweight.
There are some hint distros that require it in order to get hints. Ours is not one of them. You get hints with nothing. Ooh, as you're dipping into forests as well.
I don't know if he got a fish or bugs.
Apparently he has bottle, but I don't remember him getting it, putting anything in them. So that's interesting.
I know he's been to a ton of grottos, though, so he probably just missed it. Or might have just missed it.
Meanwhile, Zombie God is finishing up on Forest. Oh, true, yeah. Stone of Agony technically could be necessary for hitting grottos. I think we have the tricks set that you don't need those, but I have to verify.
We do. All of them are on.
It's been a while since we looked at those settings, so those are pretty much up.
Yeah. I can't wait until after the tournament where we get to argue about settings and rules again.
Yay! It's always so much fun.
Me and Sage just lobby for Equip Swap to be allowed.
I think Egg's on your team too now.
Yeah, I think so.
If you are looking to voice your opinion on such things and want to try it, or just want to try out the rule set, we do encourage you to go check out the Discord and check out the DDR discussion channel in the OoTR Discord, as well as DDR S1 channel. If you do want to try out the rule set, you can go to the online generator. You can go to the dev build and then select the DDR preset. That has all of the same settings you see here, and is the same ones that are used throughout the whole tournament. If you do want to try them out as well, you can check out the DDR Async channel. That has some asyncs that are made by the DDR players, so you can try them out and see how your time compares and ask around with the other players, see what people did.
So, Equip Swap is a glitch that allows you to put items on C that you otherwise wouldn't be able to under specific conditions. So, like, child can equip the hammer, and adult can equip the boomerang. It works because the pause menu is well-coded. And it's frame perfect at 30 FPS because the menu runs slightly faster than the actual game.
Because once again, well-coded to get video game.
Well, that's intentional.
Beautiful Fantagana from Zombie.
Yeah, it's banned in DDR for a lot of reasons, but nice hammer, dude. What?
Wow. That's such a gross hammer. So no one's doing fire as their medallion?
Yep. Although they might need to go for whatever that named item is if it's important.
Ooh. They may try opt for it, but even then, that's... At this point, you probably just hope you don't need it.
Yeah, you just go to Ganon's castle and hope you don't need to go to the fire.
Yeah, originally equip swap was banned because it actually crashed the game. If you equip swap Deku sticks on N64, it crashed the game. That has since been patched in Rando, so that opened up a whole can of worms. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see arguments for both sides. Like, it's not super duper powerful, despite how it sounds. And it would all like the thing that I think would be most interesting is it would change the routing meta a lot because right now a lot of people get the weird egg as a child and then just go adult, so it hatches naturally. But because of the requirements for equip swap to work with the rando menu changes, like if you don't get that, it makes it a lot more likely that you'll be able to swap sticks, for example, which like lets you do shadow as adult with no fire source, which is amazing.
That's probably the most powerful part for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Meanwhile, we do see Zombie God going into Ganon, so we might get to see what that path is.
Hopefully. Watch it be another strength. Just to get into Light Trial.
That would be so good. I think at this point with the equipment, there's basically, I think, only like one check that we can't do.
Or technically, yeah, Shadow Trial 2.
Yeah. Because we can get Shadow Trial 1. I think it's just Shadow Trial 2 we can't get.
You would need to know how to get into Light Trial without Strength 3, though.
Yeah.
In some fashion.
Yeah. If you are learning that trick, there are some faster ways, but there's one way that's pretty consistent and slow. You can either enter and leave Spirit Trial, or you can enter and leave the like interior grotto thing where the Deku Scrubs spawn, and that causes the light beams to respawn over and over again, which can allow you to unload the block.
Nice dense fire.
Nice dins. That is
in the Ice Trial.
if that's the path, that is definitely a path you are not complaining about.
Mm-hmm. It's fully can complete Shadow now, which is super nice. I will say I do like the decision that he didn't leave immediately. It looked like he thought about it and it was like, well, I might as well look for other stuff while I'm here, which is a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't go all the way to the boss key chest, though.
Yeah, I think there's still items you could find that would make it faster. Like iron boots, if you find it, would still be good to find. So like, you might as well, while you're here anyway, there's a ton of checks, especially in Light Trial, so might as well at least go for those.
Yeah. And if you find Furor's Wind, that's amazing. Nice. One way to do that.
We'll see what's in Light Trial. This could be what our strengths were pointing to, our strength we have the heroes. So this is good to have. Another bow, wow. Rudo's ladder. Oh.
What?
What?
Hey,
Greg! That's a mean percent.
Yep, mean percent is done. Hold on, so...
Whoa.
Dude, what?
What? What is this Light Trial?
Go to GTG! Says the seed. Actually, it doesn't. Like, what even is in there at this point? Iron boots. That's
Yeah, probably
what's in
iron
there.
boots.
Yeah, okay, so if I had to guess, pure speculation, Rudo's letter to get Couldn't be strength 3. It would be to get into ice for the mirror shield, to get Epona's, to go to GTG, to get iron boots and strength 3. Although none of that makes any sense now that I think about it.
It's a
Logic
Shiro
is
seed.
hard, okay?
It's a Shiro seed, so we expect some convoluted logic.
Yeah. Although I think we have 100% reached the point of ignore logic and just do things until the seed is done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true, purple.
Yeah, strengths are explained, but I guess you don't need to go beyond that. He's right. Purple's right.
Oh, it's eternal glory, not epic greatness.
Plus,
Close enough. It's a bingo square, so I like Greg. Though I still pretend. I say it's the square itself is find the randomized green rupee. There are green rupees in the lens minigame, and they can be in one of two chests. Thus, they are randomized location. I rest my
yeah,
case.
but that's a vanilla location, though.
It's 50-50, and thus it is randomized.
Like, technically, if you found the green rupee in the bottom left Mido's chest, it's not randomized because it's vanilla. That's not how any of that works.
Yeah. And we do see Zombie God going into Shadow Temple here, which we do expect.
Yeah, if he knows how to get into Water Temple without gold scale or irons, which I think he does, he's in go mode actually.
Well, depending where the boss can end up being and what tricks they run.
True. Yeah, true.
Water's always an interesting one to figure out for players, since there's a list of items that you like. If you know these tricks, you can basically complete all of Water Temple with basically nothing, I think. And so, but like the tricks get more and more difficult, so you might be more and more limited in which spots the boss can be.
Yeah, so it's funny that there's, I think, 4 different video. Oh, nice mirror shield.
Nice mirror shield.
Wait, so Forest had to be your first. Oh no, Dins was available. I thought Dins was behind lights.
Dins was in Trials, though.
Yeah, it was in
Dins
Water.
was in Ice.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's like 4 different Water Temple videos for bingo to get the skulls and the keys with like different sets of items. Like ZL plus a bow, irons plus a bow, ZL plus irons plus a bow. Like, it's just because all the strats are so different.
There we go. So here, if you remember, like an hour ago, when mentioning the Navi dive to enter well, it's basically the same thing you'll see here on Asger's side. It's you just go to the edge, mash the either the sword button, or if you're a child, you can mash the C button for the Deku stick, and then after doing that, mash C up and you quit.
Yeah, Asger will find that silver scale and nothing else.
Bad luck on True Spinner.
Second slave.
Yeah, fun fact if you weren't aware, the odds for all 3 of the pillars in the back are not the same. I think the back left is most likely, then back right, and then middle.
4 ninths, 3 ninths, and 2 ninths, respectively. Because the person who coded that didn't know the Monty Hall problem, is literally why that's like that. It's funny in hindsight too that we can just like read the code now because of the decomp project, whereas like when we were testing that, we did like 10,000 in-game trials. Like I think I did like 999 truth spinners.
And this might have been before practice ROM existed, so
Yeah, it was in vanilla.
oh man.
It was fun. I just watched a movie while I did it. But we had two different people doing it too because we wanted to make sure that doing it from the start of the dungeon and coming from the hover boots were the same. Like that it wasn't directional. And it's not. It just chooses like when it first spawns.
These are the lengths that devs go through to find out knowledge about this game.
Yeah.
This is how we learn about how well coded a video game OOT is.
Alright. Trudging through Shadow. I say trudging because it's Shadow.
And it looks like Zombie not going for the gate flip, too.
Yeah. Given that you have everything to complete this dungeon, I think just doing it normally makes sense. Just to like make sure that you clear it. Plus, he's probably still looking maybe for irons or another scale.
Yeah, not being in go mode too. I mean, might as well clear it. Like, it's still got a decent number of items too. So
I think it's like 12 free items, which is insane. Looks like Asder might be going to Water Temple. Maybe. Or potentially GTG and just doing this along the way. And there's the bow.
Bow.
So now we go back to Forest.
Yep. Which means might end up finding those hover boots.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a...
Oh, we found the butter knife.
Oh, that's the 3 swords square. Check that one out.
Okay.
Actually, 3 swords and 3 tunics. And 3 shields, actually.
And 3 shields. Man, we just need the boots and then we're like golden.
Mm-hmm. The full equipment. Get the full equipment square. Check that out. That is one of the worst Mingo squares, by the way.
With the exception of Frogs 2, I think is one.
Yeah, get the item from Frogs 2.
That one is probably the grossest. And one that is removed in short randomizer.
I think all equipment is removed in short as well.
Yeah, all equipments of one set are removed. So it's you're never required to find all instances of one item or like the whole set of each.
Okay.
I think there might be some squares that's like 2 of this or 2 of this for the rows, but I'd have to double check.
It's definitely done like 2 short bingos.
I think me too. Even though I coded it.
The irony being that the short bingos took just as long to black out as a regular bingo board.
It is the downside. You know, you kind of it depends on the mix of seed and board.
Yeah.
Rando gonna rando.
Alright,
So
well,
let's
nothing useful in Shadow so far.
Which is unfortunate. We still want to find, like, those iron boots would definitely be good to find. We're still curious about where the second magic was, because the first one was really gross.
What is this?
I don't know. Oh, I think wrong button.
Yes, wrong button. I don't think I've ever seen anyone try to super slide across that.
I didn't know you could. I mean, it makes sense, but usually you just jump for it.
Yeah, there's a way to manipulate the platform with the camera to make sure it's in a spot that like always works. But also, it just has a safe spot. Like there's a small like area of space where the platform always exists, no matter what position it's at.
That's cool.
Oh, no bombs.
Oh.
But yeah, the normal, quote unquote normal way to do this is to aim the long shot or hook shot at it as well, and just watch the red dot. But I think he might just be going for it.
Nice. Landed it.
Yep. Just hope that it works.
That was nice there, Zombie. We appreciate that.
Yep.
I think it's cropped on restream, but
It is.
just zoomed in on his face and just shook his head.
Yep. Well, you need explosives to kill Beamos. Although I think he has like 2 cheese.
Aiming too low there. You need to be higher up.
Yep.
And now you're on the wrong wall.
Yep.
Pretty close to the right height, though.
It's somewhere. It's around here somewhere. Yeah, you can just go for that one and then hover bits over it. That's probably the best way to do it.
There you go.
The re-dead.
Nice action shot, though.
Oh my god. See, this is why nobody likes re-deads. A little bit to the left.
There you go. First try. Ooh. Did they already grab the... I think they already grabbed the other one. They're good.
I hope he knows how to do the pot with chews, because he doesn't have any bombs.
He does have strength, though. I think they're
That's right.
powered up. It's been forever since I have to use them, but I'm pretty sure there are some.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever thrown a flower into this pot.
Oh, come on, really?
Prop for accuracy, though.
Bring before the boat where there's bomb locked. Oh yeah, they should have a chew for that, but we'll see.
I have to save. Oh, I guess they're gonna do cake flip.
At this point, I think should be good for key logic. I think have 2 extra keys. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, that's all the small keys.
One risk if you are just learning DDR, if you do gate clip, it is possible to key lock yourself. So keep in mind, in particular, if you don't find a key in the back section, like right after the boat, that means that if you use the key to get to the boss door, you're going to be key locked.
I had to think about that.
Well, let's see what setup Zombie uses for this. Pretty much every DDR player has a different version of the setup for this clip. There have been a lot. Looks like Zombie uses the up setup.
The C up and then just do it until it works setup.
Yeah. My personal preference is you get into the right spot, then you sword, shield, and then you can just sword. And that gives you the right position.
Yeah, I switched to that one, but only because it chains into setups for the Skulltula, which is nice.
Kipto, don't do it, don't do it.
See, this is what Lily likes Gyptos.
There's a pandemic going on, now's not the time for hugs. Locked in Shadow Temple, so don't try telling me you're vaccinated too. You actually
Nice
appreciate
bomb.
that. Isn't that vanilla? I don't know the count.
I don't remember if there's bombs in that chest in vanilla. I've never opened. No, it's a key in vanilla. Wait, no, it's
I
not.
thought the key was the
one's
bomb with the one
It
that you
is.
use for bombs. I think it might.
I don't think I've ever opened that chest in vanilla. I feel like it's arrows, but I'd have to check. From a gameplay perspective, arrows makes the most sense, given the flowers and the chasm coming up. Although there's pots with arrows too, so.
Well, I thought it was bombs because that's hinting for you to use the bombs to get that key.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Actually, okay, I'm curious now. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah. Get your votes in chat. What is in that chest in vanilla? Is it arrows? Is it bombs? Is it something else? Is it Greg? It is not Greg. But, you know...
Greg's in Mido's house. Need to find the room. Chest, small, invisible, appears, flag, reward, 44. It's a blue rupee.
Blue rupee? Wow.
Yeah.
So apparently the answer was other. Completely useless thing.
Oh, arrows are in the wind hint chest. Yeah, that's like, I think that's a theme of like Shadow, because like the invisible chest with the skull also has a blue rupee. Like Shadow's just really mean, and it just has like a bunch of blue rupees in it.
It does line up nicely though for random. It means you that's what's getting randomized for the 12 items in here.
Yeah. Yes, but I think one of those pots has bombs in it.
Oh, look at the ones that come rushing at your face.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll probably see here. Oh, Zombie's actually using Dins, so we don't get to see Fun Trick.
Yeah, someone.
Wow. So, yep. The fire is down in Shadow. Shiro, you did it again. So if they want to do Shadow, they are 100% going to need to beat a stone dungeon.
Or do it as...
Or do it as child.
Possibility. Oh, fun fact actually about those walls in the invisible maze. They don't go all the way to the ceiling. You can actually ground jump on top of them.
Why don't they go to the ceiling? That's so weird.
I don't know. It's yeah. It always reminds me of the Snowman Land little like igloo thing in SM64. Because those walls don't all go to the ceiling either.
Apparently, N64 era devs are like, it's fine.
No, running around is faster.
We'll see if what strat Zombie ends up going for Bongo. In DDR, you can do quick kill, where you get ISG and then jump down. I mean, technically, you don't need to get ISG. It's just faster and easier. And more importantly, cooler. Or you could just go for a standard fight, or you can go with the moderately cool strat of you getting ISG and using that to kill Bongo. So we'll see. Lots of possibilities here.
Jumping straight down.
So no quick kill for sure.
Yeah, the quick kill is arguably like slower in Rando maybe because the cutscene is shorter. I don't know. I'd have to time it.
Yeah, just do it 999 times and then pop on a movie. Let us know.
No. So Astor is going back to fire, which is interesting.
That's very interesting. Especially with a forest medallion, having that opening up the castle. That's really where you want to be going here right now. The one thing that could help for Azure is if it ends up being that the iron boots are here. That could be good, depending on what level of glitch knowledge Zombie has.
I don't know if Astor saw the IGC hint. That may be why he's going back to fire.
What he did? I thought I remember him seeing one of the hints, but I'm not 100% certain now that you mentioned it.
Is that two? That's two vanilla boss keys. Okay.
Is this even randomized?
Nope. We have two vanilla boss keys, a vanilla tunic. Oh, yeah, it was top over there.
Was Azure going for Kovasha?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't found the named item in here yet. And the only other place is highest score, and you're definitely not going back up there.
And that's fair. And at this point, it's faster to do this than go all the way to higher score on. Especially Azure being a bingo player, I'm sure knows like the bomb quick kill.
Oh yeah, for hope for no triple hole.
Look like Zombie also going back for this chest in here. So we'll see. Theoretically, you can get this with Flamethrower much earlier. So we'll see if it ends up being something super good. It's not. It's just a C-Bag.
All three slingshots between the two runners.
Another bingo goal.
Oh god, 50 bullet bag.
Two and then oh, there's a little. That's a little trolly.
Yeah, third
I think it's still in the work though. Nope, not quite.
Just missed one.
I thought I heard the Volvaja sound there, but apparently I think that last one might have missed.
No, I haven't had game audio this entire time, I just realized. That's what you get for playing this game for like 7 years. You just listen, like, if it's on mute, your brain just fills in the sounds. It's fine.
It's fine. You know them all by heart anyway, so like it's fine. We'll see.
Zombie
What is
also chasing the opportunity hint, going back to Trials for Shadow Trial 2.
interesting? We have found something that is on the list. That is, of course, no guarantee that that is the item. It's entirely possible for there to be more than one path, hero's path. Well, there's that hero's path. That's.
Oh my god!
I hadn't thought of that one. That's an interesting one because Jabu is a fast dungeon to go mode.
So that means you had to kill PG to kill Volve to do Jabu.
And Rudo's letter also being in light trial too.
Yeah. What?
Just
I want to now. I don't want to know where the strength 3 is. That's insane. But on
Also,
it's a little bit late.
happy 2 hours, everyone. It's a good time to remind everyone, if you're just joining us or joining us recently, this is the DDR qualifier race for the tournament, our first DDR tournament. This is qualifier 7 out of 8, so there's one more next week at the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. UTC. If you want to try out the rule set, we encourage you to do so. We always love to have new people, and you can check out in the Discord the DDR discussion channel as well as the DDR S1 discussion channel, both of which will have tons of people willing to help you learn tricks. You can also check if you want the gameplay and trick section, if you're looking for specific tricks you're trying to learn. Would like to once again thank our volunteers that we've got going here, where our trackers that we've got who help keep track of what everyone's found and what checks they've done, because we suck at that. So thank you for Deadly Thunder and Purple for both helping out on there. Of course, also make sure to follow our runners, Azure and Zombie God, who are both. This is more the I think this is Azure's third race and Zombie God's second qualifier race. So you can look forward, if they can keep going, to seeing them in the brackets. Also like to shout out my co-commentator Dotso, who is in the bathroom. Dotso's in the bathroom, so apparently it doesn't show up there. But he's there. You can check him out at twitch.tv/Dotso. And Dotso is the current top player in our leaderboard for the tournament. So definitely, if you want to see some really cool DDR action, good place to check that out. And finally, but not least, our restreamer that... Oh, come on. Apparently, I don't know, clearly the bot earlier was broken, so, we got this here. Our first restreamer that was helping out and then was told she needed to go and enjoy her vacation, Shiro Ellie, twitch.tv/Shiro Ellie, and of course, Trez, who's now helping out. Thank you so much, twitch.tv/TrezGill. With a 0, I fixed it. I mean, the bot fixed it, because it was the bot command.
I muted myself to go to the bathroom, and then I get left out of the commentator command.
Apparently, if you're muted, it doesn't include you. But we do see here, Azure is definitely on his way to go and do the Jabu. So see here doing that Navi Dive we mentioned earlier. Very quick access to the river. Oh, I'm pretty sure it also has, I think one or both of them have scale. But, who needs to use scale when you can Navi Dive? It's way more fun.
Yeah, actually playing Serenade and then super swimming off of the Octorok would actually be faster.
Yeah, Zombie is going to do a trick here to unload the ice around King Zora. Dotso, do you know actually why this works? I just know how it works, but I don't know actually why.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly the details, but basically the Red Ice and King Zora are two separate actors, and they're both talking to each other to determine whether or not to exist, or should the Red Ice be existing. And if you do the text box, it freezes the world and stops that check from properly completing, so that the Red Ice doesn't spawn. I think the Red Ice is checking that a flag of King Zora is set and then unsets it, so you're preventing the unset. It's something like that.
If that was too complicated for you, the short version is OOT's well-coded video game. That's the short version.
It's a communication breakdown, if you just want to cue the Jimi Hendrix song.
Yeah.
Or Led Zeppelin, I don't remember. One of those.
I think we would cue that song, but
Yeah,
DMCA. But just play it in your head.
I already am.
Perfect. Oh, GG to Sage. 208.39, first place finish. Good job there.
Final bomb bag. Nice. Another bomb-locked bomb bag.
And another bingo square.
So the bomb bag in CAC was Way of the Hero because the other two are bomb-locked.
Yeah, do we need bombs in this seat? Dodongo, Shadow, yes. So yeah, it was definitely Wave here.
Yeah. And fire to get the... Well, no, you could never mind.
Yeah, you do Forest, but you do Dodongo and Shadow are medallions, so those two are... So it's,
right.
Bombs are definitely in this seat. I think at one point, as a thought experiment, we were trying to figure out if it's possible for there to be a seed that for which bombs aren't logically required. I think our conclusion was it's possible, but oh boy, that it would be something.
Yeah, forest, fire, early boss key, water, with the cracked wall being junk. Spirit needs them. Shadow doesn't need them if you have the right layout. Yeah, it's possible, but good lord.
And if you want them to be not logically required, that it's even more strenuous because Shadow will always logically require them.
Oh, right, I forgot about the first wall.
Yeah.
Alright, Asder once again showing off that he is an old boy and doing an ancient strat to flip.
Shira will contend, though. I think she uses a similar strat to that, which she likes. And we emphasize, there aren't good or bad strats. If it works for you, more power to you. But
Yeah,
some strats
exactly.
are definitely older, and so have some quirks to them sometimes.
Yeah, as long as you're skipping items, it's fine.
Yeah.
Speed doesn't super factor into whether or not a strat is good or bad. It's really mostly how many items does it skip and how consistent is it.
We'll see if Azure is just going for straight go mode in this dungeon for Jabu, or if he's opting to clear any checks. He's grabbing Ruto, so my guess is might be opting to clear a couple of checks.
What's he missing? Oh, he's missing magic.
Oh, true.
Where was magic? Oh, just Darunia. Or not Darunia.
Yeah.
The other
Dampe.
one. Dampe, yeah.
Dampe
The other granddad. Yeah, still gathering skulls for Cackway the hero potential.
And at this point, we do know, though, that it's Bomb Bag is Way of the Hero. It's still possible, of course, that Way of the Hero is 20 to 10 or 20. But bare minimum, we know that we have found a candidate in CAC.
Yeah, it wasn't Song of Time, I don't think. Nice scale, dude.
Is that scale in Ice Cavern? Wow.
Yeah, Zombie just found the gold scale in ice, which is water access.
That's... Wow.
And he has the long shot, so completely glitchless, can do all but the central pillar. Which is huge.
I think glitchless, yes, but I don't think it's in logic. At
No,
least,
it's not.
but can definitely do it.
Yeah. Watch this be Iron Boots. That'd be funny. Bros win. That's also really good.
Really nice.
The Rang
he's
was on Volvagia.
Yeah.
So you had to beat PG to get the hammer to get the Rang.
For those wondering, Magic Penguin 1 is Sage, the top place finisher for this particular race. So yeah, you can find him at twitch.tv/MagicPenguin1.
I think he still wants irons, maybe, just for that insurance. But also, this is a song, so it's hard to argue with getting songs.
What song could it even be at this point, though? Like, Bolero is
Bolero.
I think, the only warp song they don't have. What are the
Suns and
chances that it could
Sarias.
fire?
Yeah, Suns and Sarias both this unlocks a check.
Yeah, it's we're not 100% certain for zombie, just because like it should be in go mode, but we don't know if they know like all the strats to do that, to like grab the checks in logic using the long shot and the gold scale. It's something that doesn't come up a lot outside of item randomizer, and so it's tough to know for sure if they're aware of it.
Yeah, and the long shot thing doesn't come up that much even in item randomizer, unless you use Dungeon ER, where it actually is in logic.
It's Dotso's favorite thing, Dungeon ER. It's Dotso's second favorite thing after capital D's in his name.
And oh no. Asder's Wii just decided that his Wiimote doesn't exist anymore. I've had this happen. It's really annoying.
Hopefully able to fix that.
Yeah, you have to like turn it off completely and then resync the Wiimote. It's stupid.
So, yeah, so the solution is, have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Yeah. Whoever's tracking for Zombie, that's the wrong song. It's Sorry is not Opponents. It's okay. Everybody's in go mode pretty much, so I would stop paying attention as well. True.
And tries with all the fancy commands. Oh, I don't think you want to dive here. I think you just want to use a long shot.
Think outside the box, or look up a strat. That works too. We have riveting content right now, with one having technical difficulties and one looking up a strat.
This is the perfect time to remind everyone that if you do want to try out the DDR rule set, we actively encourage it. If you're looking to try out some seeds, you can find some fun practice ones in the DDR async channel of the OoTR Discord, which we can link right here. You can try those out, and if you feel free to discuss in the DDR discussion channel, if there's still things you want to, if there are stats you need to go, want to practice, feel free to ask around there. We're also currently watching the 7th qualifier race for the DDR tournament. So there's one more after this at the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. UTC. And then after that, we go into brackets, which will be based on the availability of players. So we'll see for that. If you are new to the to this rule set, we can link the rule set here for full details. But the general idea for DDR rule set is that it's a glitch rule set between standard and no run warp that bans the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing more quality of life. Ooh, interesting. So Zombie's actually using a cutscene guide here. I think that's a bit early. So what Zombie's actually trying to do here is activate Dins at a certain time in order to get the Tektite to push him over the edge while Dins is being activated, and that causes you, similar to Navi Dive, to be falling through the water while the cutscene is playing. This might work. Not quite.
This is a lot easier if you use this mic.
There you go.
It's a lot easier if you use ISG to get right on the edge. And then also, because he has hover boots, and I think he still has a fish, you can actually drop a fish on the ledge, and then hover boots out, and then catch it in the hover boots, and you'll just fall. Could have just long shotted the torch, but swag points.
Yeah, we approve of all swag strats here. It does look like Azur's having more technical difficulties. Don't see anything in the race chat, so we're not sure exactly what's going on. GG to Neat for second place with time of 2:20.13. Oh! I like the Richard sound for the hover boots. That is amazing. And then GG to Key with a snipe. In third place with 2:20.57.
Plants, the best enemy in the game.
But Water Temple also has the rolly spike enemies that I might hate even more.
I need to figure out how those things work because they make no sense.
I think at one point, I read I think it might have been Roman who was talking about them, and it was saying that it's just every frame after they're vulnerable, they can just decide to not be. Something crazy like that.
Oh, that would make sense if it's just random.
That's what I vaguely remember off the top of my head that may be entirely wrong. Also, welcome back for Astor.
Yay. Just in time to do a mega flip.
And be a little bit off for that timing for the thing. If you are looking to learn, if you're on a console that can pause buffer consistently, Chew mega flips are decently easy in that there are really good visual cues. So there's 2 frames you can roll that you're able to count the red flashes, and then there's 1 frame that you can do the backflip that there's also a nice visual cue. So that's the frame you want to backflip, and so you can see that you're able to pause to that consistently. If you aren't able to pause buffer efficiently, you can still do it. But bomb mega flips actually have more frames to them, so they are easier to do if you can't pause buffer.
Yeah. I'm specifically talking about neutral mega flips, but yeah.
But do distance megas have the same amount of frames as Chews?
So oh my god. So neutrals have 2 roll frames with Chews, 3 with bombs, and 1 backflip frame. Inside mega flips, or the normal ones, have 5 roll frames and 3 flip frames, and then distance have like 4 roll frames, 2 down press frames at most, and then like 1 A press frame. It's all timing.
The good news, though, is that a lot of this is a lot of the timings for a lot of the straps actually repeat for different tricks. If I remember correctly, Hess is the same timing as as Megos. So once you get one down, you tend to be able to do the other one more consistently too.
Yeah, there's like a meme. Well, not really. I'm the only one that really like says anything about it. But the bomb tricks, like you basically just use either Big Blue or the 4th fast red, because like all the tricks just use those 2 frames.
Arthur is getting absolutely annihilated by these jellyfish. They just want to say hi.
Are we about to see the room that doesn't exist? I think we're about to see the room that doesn't exist.
There's a room here?
Guys, there's a room here. I'm scared. I've never seen this room before. What are you supposed to do in this room? Actually, I bet you could hover boots to the... Yes!
That's actually the intended strat there, by the way.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Doesn't hover boots to the first alcove, hover boots to that alcove instead.
I love it.
Dude, Water Temple with hover boots? Yeah, Water Temple with hover boots is amazing. It just breaks all the puzzles. Yeah, you can do that with hover. I think you need to jump for that, actually.
You can't dive here because the water's too strong.
Yeah, it takes too long. But you can jump off the little ledge. I think also if you quick spin out of hover boots, it still works, because that way you build up downwards momentum.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's smart. I didn't think about that. But yeah, that would make sense.
Asner must have run out of technique nuts at some point, because he also didn't use them on the stingers. Do you see if zombies saved before doing the boss key chest?
I don't think so. I think he just left.
That's probably not good.
Yeah, that uses the key.
And the only other key he has access to is the cracked wall. I don't think he's done the compass yet, actually. Or the strength block. Okay, never mind. There's lots of keys left.
Yeah, it's Link's specialty. In order to save Jabu, you basically kill him, and in order to save the Deku Tree, you do kill him. So, like, I mean, Link's just the best at this. Basically, the entire child's part for OOT is Link fumbling around, accidentally getting himself into adventures, accidentally marrying a fish. You know, these things tend to happen.
I think one of the things that kind of stuck with me as far as like meta of video games or whatever is from Shadow of the Colossus, where there was some explanation at some point of why Wander, like the main character, like fumbles around and he doesn't really hold the sword properly and all that kind of stuff. And the idea was that it's because he doesn't know how, because he's just a regular person, right? And he was never like trained. And I kind of think of all of the Links the same as that. Aside from TP Link. TP Link actually gets training.
Yeah. I think he's like the only one that's actually sword trained. I guess technically, depending how you qualify it, Wind Waker, the dude also tells you how to use the sword.
True. Spin in like 500 times for a heart piece.
Actually, Skyward Sword too.
Oh, does Fee tell you how to like use the sword? I guess she
No,
does.
No, the first time you're actually supposed to get the sword. You get the practice sword when you go and free the.
Oh, that's right.
The Loftwing, and the instructor's like, "Here's how you use a sword," and you're like, "Cool, let me just yoink,"
and then wave the Wiimote around randomly for the next like 4 hours. Man, I need to play Skyward Sword again.
There is the HD version coming out now soon too.
Yeah, but I don't have a Wii U or a Switch.
This is a good point.
Is
Zombie leaving?
Zombie? Why?
E-lock, maybe?
No, there's still the compass and the... Well, he still has the compass and the cracked wall.
I'm not sure why.
Might just not be well versed with, like, water, maybe?
Water is definitely a very interesting dungeon in DDR, and a lot of times in Rando in general, in that there's like almost infinite potential to improve for it, because like there's just so many tricks.
So many different ways to do everything. So many different item combinations.
It's also one of like the few OT dungeons that are like as open. Like it's like you basically have access to every check from the start using glitches. So like Fire Temple by comparison, there's like one trick that just shortens it a little bit, and other than that, it's basically completely linear. Qualifier is objectively, in my subjective opinion, the worst temple. Wave the hero choose, Pog.
So glad we don't play with choosing logic.
Are we going to see the clip? Or no, we're just going to play the song. You can do the same kind of clip you do in Fire Temple. You can target the box to get in that corner. Then side hop to the left, do a side roll, crouch jab twice, and jump attack, and that gets you in the wall, and you just walk in.
Yeah, it's a really common clip setup, and it's really funny actually because it typically doesn't work for like most things. It's usually only when actors interact with walls, but it's also directional. We found that out recently. The game has a bias for checking X first and then Z. Or no, it's Z first and then X. So if you rotated Kakariko 90 degrees, that probably wouldn't work. Or you'd have to do it from the other side.
That's interesting. It explains why the setup doesn't always work. Because there are a lot of spots where like it looks like it should, but it's probably based on that. The water's at mid-level, so I'm not sure why Zombie's doing this. You have Gold Scale, you can definitely make it down one level further. I guess just for extra swag. We appreciate extra swag.
I guess you could dive from mid to bottom. I never tried.
I assume you could be able to. There you go. But I mean, why do that when you can do that? It's way cooler.
Yeah, I guess he just left to get magic, which makes sense. I'm gonna have to tell him later that you can just long shot the torch.
Okay. It's definitely one that doesn't turn up too much. Oh, maybe bombs too, because I think he didn't have any explosives.
No, well, the spiky balls dropped a bunch.
Oh, true. I probably had some.
Yeah, between the spiky balls and Armos, like, both of them have 50-50 drop rates for bombs, so when you get 0, it's really annoying. Oh, Asder showing off, I think, our first ESS of the entire race.
That's true. We've seen Super Slide, but that's true. We haven't seen ESS or, I think, passing.
Yeah. So there's a spot on the control stick that the game accounts for minimum input, and Link just kind of shuffles in place, and that shuffling animation like prevents momentum changes. So if you have speed, you retain it, and you can use that for all kinds of crazy stuff like ESS, WES, S, BES. A lot of S.
Also, there's a nice bridge skip there. What Azure did there is did a mega flip, and then, a mega side hop, I think, and then out of that just use hover boots, and that's enough to cross that gap easily. There are a ton of setups you can use to cross that with hover boots. There's also a way to cross it with just hookshot that is DDR legal, and that's in addition to obviously the long shot strat and the opponent's song.
You can also just mega flip across,
yeah.
Although it's extremely precise.
That one is very precise. I remember Key went for that in one race, and it's very precise.
Get the compass. That's all that's left.
Oh, what's that going for now? Or no, going for the strength one? I thought I already checked this one, but maybe not.
Water is confusing.
It looks like I didn't check that one. I think I saw that being. You also start with your with the DDR settings. You also start with maps and compasses. So if you're ever not sure, you can just check the map to see what chests you're missing.
After suffering through Muggle mode, just looking for magic.
The real magic though was friendship.
It's the friends we made along the way.
Unfortunately,
Also,
you find no friends in TGG only.
Yeah, it's just Stalfos and Lizalfos and all the horrible things in the world.
I don't know. I hear tell that some people can get real friendly with Alphos. Shoutouts to Aaron M.
Also, apparently Azure hasn't been to Trials, which is weird.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if maybe they forgot that's open now. Because that would be go mode right there with the Dinsfire.
Magic.
Oh, true. Yeah, because Dinsfire doesn't help that much with magic. That opens up a equip swap. Yeah.
Sticks. Beef and Sage. The equip swap consortium. It's coming after the tournament. Okay, so if Zombie goes to fire and finds the Rang, that'll be really good. Because then he can just do Deku and Jabba would be done.
Or doesn't need Deku, but... Oh yeah, hasn't done Deku?
He hasn't done Deku yet.
Man, that's... Wow. But yeah, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's Baron and... Like, he knows it, so... Might as well just
makes
wait.
sense. But yeah, and Jabu is, even if you have the choice, Jabu is going to be faster than water, especially in Go mode. Like, water, I think even, like, the best luck for water is still not great. Like, it still takes some time, whereas Jabu, you can just go straight to the boss.
If you have Serenade and the boss key is in the map chest, then it's faster. Otherwise, yeah, it's slower. Well, actually, no, even then it might be even, because Morpho just takes a million years. Is the cutscene.
I like too that like it's probably the one of if not the fastest boss once the fight actually starts, but the fight starting takes forever.
The lake filling takes forever. It's like, how long is the Morpho boss fight? About 5 seconds, with about 2 minutes of cutscene. Compass chest first. What is this? No, you go map chest first. Although if I don't have ZL, I go Compass first.
And once again, as we were mentioning, Water Temple is one of the ones where like the logic for it is like, do you have this item? Then you do this. Do you have this item? Then you do this. There are a lot of differences. It's also funny because in pretty much every DDR route, one of the last checks you'll do is the dragon chest, which is like one of the first ones you're supposed to get with the vanilla route.
That's true even in standard. Like, a lot of standard players even don't get that until they do Dark Link. And I mean, in Rando it sort of makes sense too, because there's 6 small keys, right? And you need 5 of them. But there's like only 8 chests in the front. So it kind of just makes sense to not, like, to just wait, since that one takes the longest of all of the front chests as well.
And that one you also, like, if you don't have, like, it can be tricky if you don't have iron boots and, like, hook shot. You can just do it with shoes, and the setup isn't that bad, but, like, the other checks are definitely a lot easier.
Yeah, it's also, it's the hardest one by far. Zombie has found his boss key and is going to do Volvagia, which is good.
Definitely good, because we know that's where the boomerang is.
Yep. I'm curious where the iron boots are. Because they weren't in ice.
Yeah, Neef and Shage, if you guys are still here, did either of you two find iron boots? Yeah, we have absolutely no idea where they are. And I think we found all of our paths, so like we can't say that that's one of those.
Although, I guess it could be trials on the boss key chest. I don't think anyone checked that.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, the boss key chest, I'm assuming one of those two probably checked on the way up. There's
Nice
a goal.
goals. Wait, was there a key in the other chest?
No, I don't think so. I think it was like nuts.
Because, like, if there was a key in that other chest, then that's also Song of Time, Way of the Hero.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was like bombs and then the Golgons.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there could still be a key in the other one of these. I'm kind of surprised he's doing this before clearing the rest of the dungeon.
Let's see, you don't have iron boots, why are you going in here?
Also, yeah.
I don't know if you can get this with, like, I don't think you can dive to them. I think they're too low.
Yeah, the ones on the bottom definitely are.
Oh, by the way, in case anyone is curious, at the bottom of the toilet room, there are a couple of the spike traps, and you can freeze spike traps with ice arrows if you didn't know. And one point we did a OCS challenge. Beautiful zombie, that was amazing. And you can actually freeze those at the bottom there with a weird shot.
Zombie's expression right now.
It's
Restream can't see it. He's exasperated. It's like the best word for it.
yeah. I think the best word for it is Shiro Y.
Yeah.
Yes, the if you heard the noise, the visual reaction was about the same. Oh
There's
my!
Iron Boots.
Wow!
So, wait, what?
Does key logic with key logic is that locked behind strength too? I forget how many keys were back behind there.
It's which chest was that? It's the second one, right?
I think that was. Yeah, I think that was second on the left.
So that's 4 keys.
I think you'd be able to get 4 keys without. But I don't remember all of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Susanooka, dungeon door requirement, or DDR. It's a glitch rule set that's designed to be a glitch rule set designed to be between standard and no iron work. So it bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing a lot more of the quality of life stuff. In general, we found titties again. Nice.
Yeah.
The dungeon door part of that, it's in reference to 2 requirements that this rule set has. The first is that you're required to enter dungeons more or less the intended way. And the second is that in order to get into boss rooms, you have to stand in front of the door and press A.
And if you are playing on emulator and you mapped your A button to not A, then that's cheating. I'm kidding.
It would be hilarious if someone tried to say that, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, we get to weep. Weep. Just 1, not 25. Is zombie? Oh, okay, zombie's gonna get an extra fish. Nice little trick there from Asder. We call those gainers. If you target a wall, it redirects Link's momentum. So he was like moving at a slight angle and then targeted the wall and went forward, which let the jump slash be a little bit more lenient.
So it's going to be, I think, possibly a pretty close race. Because, like, Zombie has to do 2 dungeons, but they're 2 really fast dungeons. Jabu and Deku, in Go mode, are really fast, whereas Azure still needs to do water and find that boss key.
Well, he also has to find magic.
Oh, true, I forgot Azure still needs to find magic. That is not actually in Go mode.
But I think Zombie's gonna do the entirety of job. Oh, maybe not.
GG Keith. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but the dog picture you posted, adorable. Doggo, super cute.
Safety save, Zombie. Safety save.
Especially with one chew.
It's your final chew.
It's the final chew down. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I don't know where that was going either.
Save. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, got it though.
Nice.
Yeah, Key, you should teach your dog how to fetch light arrows for you.
Alright, Water Temple, are we gonna see a third vanilla boss key?
I don't know if we found boss key in here. Can we? Aww, rip the dream.
And I think Zombie did the OI to the Switch, which is nice.
Yeah, there are a couple ways to do that, and like one of the more ones you see most often is like you can hop onto the Switch and then just roll to the door. And I think you have like one frame to open the door before it closes on you.
Yeah.
A slightly easier strat, but that requires a second bottle, is you can get ocarina items where you catch something in your bottle and you have a blue bottle. And if you backflip, press the ocarina button, then press notably sword, but there are a couple other things options you can use. That causes you to pull out a fake ocarina and play that. And that tricks the Switch being pushed down long enough for you to just block it.
Yeah, you can also use Navi text, which is useful for the map chest. But
Navi?
yeah.
Although I guess you would need to like drag something over that you could talk to Navi for. Like
Right, that's the problem with the elevator room is you can't really get that theory over to you. Oh yeah, in phase 1, if you stab Baronade, the jellyfish die. For some reason.
Because OOT is a well-coded video game. Though that one might even be on purpose, who knows?
Well, it's Marita, so it's definitely on purpose.
Is that like the developer who worked on it?
Yeah, Marita did all of the bosses except for Bongo.
I like that the
lead
point
boss
in this,
developer.
in like decomp, that we're like, oh yeah, we know the code for this person. This is how they code.
I mean, it's true. Marita has a particular style. It's use as few functions as possible and use switch statements everywhere. So, like, fishing, I think, is like 7 functions total, but it's also like the third biggest actor in terms of like lines of code. It's just a giant switch statement of like what to do.
And is one of those functions the soft lock for the piracy, anti-piracy?
I don't think it gets its own function. I'd have to look.
Yeah, Dotso doesn't use any Switch statements because he doesn't own the console yet, so you actually have to use Wii statements for the moment.
A terrible attempt at a joke.
Like, if people come here expecting good jokes, I'm sorry to have mislaid you this much. You should have expected it at week 7.
Zombie showing off proper deputy. Burn
also
both
nice.
webs. Mega side up off the Baba.
It's definitely a very swag and super fast too. It's why basically you'll see everyone do Deku. Like, if it's one of your medallions, you're doing Deku. Whoa, Key, the randomizer isn't broken. There are two options. There's bad, and there's very bad. You get to pick. And by you, I mean the randomizer. It's a you can plando the joke quality as well. I haven't figured out how to do it yet because the interface is terrible. Very bad UI. They don't have a GUI. It's terrible.
Dude, a proper Plando GUI would be cool, but it's also like insane to just think about how much stuff you would need to code.
It would be ridiculous to try and do that.
Like Trez has the like layout for it, which is already a step above almost everything else.
But I think probably the easiest bet at this point is like RSL script that you can sort of do a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's probably the closest you can get to a Plando script at this point. Website does have the like Randomizer generator, which has a lot of the options. So that's, if you're not doing it too fancy, that definitely works well.
And I feel so bad for Asder right now. I understand fully the position that he's in. Not only needing magic, but also falling in this room. Like, when you're just looking for only magic, it feels really bad.
Magic is definitely one of the gross ones, too, because, like, they're magic and bow, like, you're going to need in every seed, and they can be unhinted. Bow, at least there's 3 copies. Magic, there's only 2. So in this scenario, is Dante Hagrid? This seems logical, and actually checks out.
I guess it would, yeah. You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. We need to get the letter from Hagrid, that in this case is Dante, and actually not a letter, because there is something that's a letter in this game. 2 things actually.
So now I'm trying to think. Like, clearly Dorf is Voldemort. But, like, is Malin McGonagall?
I mean, I don't know though. I think Kaipora / Rauru is Dumbledore for sure. Yeah, that would make sense.
I guess Malin would have to be Hermione, right?
Yeah, you can call her to basically fix your problems for you and tell you where to go. That sounds like a Hermione to me. Your letter is A, wizard.
I was trying to think of a better joke using 1985 mod 25, but I can't do that in my head. Actually, it would be 10, so never mind. I could totally do that in my head. But it's also 26 letters, not 25 letters. It's been a long seed, okay?
It's been a while. Keymaker is also true that Rudo is the crazy girl that tried to drug Harry in the 6th book. Spoilers.
Oh, Ramilda Vane?
How'd you remember
Yes,
her
I
name?
remember
That's
that name.
This random side character that's important. One part of one book. Oh, and clearly, Malon is Ginny, because Malon is Bay.
Yes. There we go.
But who's the Ron? Oh god, is Ron, what's your face? Mido?
No, Ron is Mido. No, Ron would have to be Sheep. The helpful best friend that's always there to get you out of a pinch.
Yeah, I mean,
with warp songs.
With warp songs.
And then just leaves you randomly.
Leaves you randomly with little to no explanation. That's such a gross spot. Like,
Yep.
wait, Ron is Zelda? Spoilers, Reef. But how's that possible? Ron is Sheik. That's a different character, Neve. I hate to break it to you. I don't know if you play this game, but Sheik and Zelda are completely different characters that have nothing to do with each other.
Zombie forgot to store a jump slash.
Thank you. I think it's Ganondorf stun lock there if you use ISG.
Yeah, you can also do it without ISG. It's like 2 frames per stab.
I think Impa would be more comical. And Dumbledore would be Rauru.
Yes.
Though to be fair,
Rauru
can transform into a bird, and McGonagall is an animagus. Whereas
yeah, but
Dumbledore
she transforms into a cat.
The natural enemy of a bird. I mean, so it, there are debates here for sure.
But Animagus can't change into any animal. It's only the one. And Dumbledore has a phoenix, so
which is
literally a bird.
Literally a bird.
How did we get onto this topic?
Because Jambe has magic.
Oh, God.
This actually has almost like there is a string. It's a very thin string, and it's made of like paper, but there is one. And as you're showing off why we say that Morpha takes 5 seconds, but the cutscenes take 2 minutes. Oh, happy 3 hours. In case you are just tuning in, no, this isn't Harry Potter Appreciation Club. This is the 7th DDR qualifier race. DDR is a glitch rule set between No I Am Wrongware and Standard that bans some of the most powerful glitches in the game while allowing more quality of life. If you are looking for the more details about the rule set, you can find it at the wiki link below, linked in chat. If you're looking to try out the rule set, and we actively encourage you to do so. Apparently, everyone related to the rule set is a Harry Potter nerd. But don't feel discouraged if you're not. We accept everyone. You can check out the DDR discussion channel in the OoTR Discord, as well as the DDR S1 discussion channel. Plenty of people there who will be more than happy to help you out and help you learn. If you want to try out the rule set using the settings we have here, you can either go to the online dev build and use the DDR preset. That has the current stuff here. You can also check out the asyncs and DDR async channel. That has everything there. Meanwhile, we have GG for Zombie God, as he is finishing off Ganon right now. I'll also take this opportunity to thank all of our volunteers here. We got trackers for today, Deadly, Thunder, and Purple, helping us keep track of what items everyone has, and helping also to point out what Harry Potter characters everyone is. We also have our runners that you see on stream, Azure, who is still going and is finally going into camping trials now, as well as Zombie God, who just finished. My commentator for today, Dotso, who appears this time because he's not muted. Also, Dotso is the current first place person in the leaderboard for the DDR tournament. So if you're looking to see some exciting DDR action, would definitely recommend giving a follow and checking out various DDR stuff that Dotso does. And finally, but not least, we have, of course, our helpful restreamers getting everything set up. At first, we had Shiro Ellie, and then was forced to go and actually enjoy her vacation instead of listening to our stupid jokes for 3 hours. And so picking up and helping out for the last bit, we super thank Trez for being here. Go, and I've got their channels there, spelled correctly with a 0 and not an O this time, so I don't get murdered by Trez. See, Azure still just need that magic. We don't know where the second magic is, so that could be interesting. I don't know if any of the other people found the second magic. I don't know if we know where it is, but on Raystream, we have only found the one at Dompe Digging.
Yeah, I've been kind of skimming through the... Oh, I know where it is. Neef found it. It's bad.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
That's another one that who knows what we'll see.
So, child-only magics today.
Which makes sense if you need to get that letter as an 11-year-old to go to Hogwarts.
Yeah. It fits.
It fits.
Except Child Link is 5.
Is Child Link 5?
In the code, Child Link is 5.
And you're 7 years... Link is 12 here? Adult
No,
Link is 12.
Oh, he's 17 in the code.
Hello.
You can tell they came up with the story after the fact. Yeah, it's pretty.
So we'll see here. Azure is still going through the trials. We'll find Din's Fire, but that won't be particularly helpful right now. Yeah, Rauru isn't very good at math.
My brain is now trying to figure out what base that works in. I think it's base 5.
For what, sorry?
For 12 to equal 7, I think it's base 5.
Yeah, base 5, that would work for sure. That might be the only one, because 7's prime. And 12 is very much not prime.
Discussion about how 12 is a better base than 10 because it's so it's because it's an abundant number.
12 is objectively a better base, as we're mentioning that. You know, these are all the important things you learn while watching DDR Qualifier restreams, people.
Yeah, about
12
Harry
is a
Potter
better base.
characters, particularly Romilda Vane, which only shows up for like one chapter in the 6th book.
We will see. We know that Azure's not going to find much in here, but it would be good to have some ideas. We're currently getting set up for. Looks like Zombie is planning on joining us for interview.
Listening to their rant right now that you can't hear on Reach.
Oh man,
it's amazing.
Hello.
Perfect. Welcome
The
to
salty
again.
room.
GG.
Jeez. In the chat. That was a disaster.
It was hashtag Sheer Seed.
I started so good and ended so bad.
Yeah, we did want to mention we appreciate the swag strat in Water Temple for the cutscene dive, which was super swag. But you can actually just long shot the torch at the bottom.
I went into Water Temple. That's the first time I've ever gone into Water Temple without iron boots.
It's very impressive for doing that because there is a lot in there. Like, it's an intimidating dungeon without iron boots if you've never done it.
And I was just winging it the whole time.
Great effort.
That was awful. Oh, that was so bad.
Do you want to know where the boss key was?
I was told the Dragon Room by Neef in my chat.
Yep.
Which I didn't know you could do that room glitchless. According to him, there's a strat.
Yeah, it's easier if you use a cutscene dive though. But it's basically the same.
Yeah,
You can do a cutscene dive in there too?
Yeah, usually
using the switch.
Use the chews. You line up on the back wall, drop a chew, and that explodes right on time. So you can just time a side hop to jump into the water.
Oh, what a disaster.
Yep.
Could be worse. I could be working for Magic.
Yeah.
The shots.
We definitely appreciated you checking that early because we knew that would catch someone. That is a gross magic.
The other one isn't much better. It's like frogs and storms.
Frogs and storms. Oh God. I almost went the spirit. I decided between spirit and fire, and I remember the hint at Fire Temple. And then I almost did all the Fire Temple, and I was like, I'm just gonna do the boss first because I bet he drops a key. Oh, he didn't drop a key.
It was the key to the end of the game.
I heard that apparently my microphone was on, and that the chat loved my sound effect I made when. Which I'm not sure how my mic was on. It was muted on my side.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. We also got the visuals. I did love your camera zoom in.
Yeah.
That was also Restream couldn't see that part, but we appreciated it on our end.
Oh no. Is he going to Ice Cavern?
Wait, is that? Oh, that's a blue ruby.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you found out where iron boots are.
Gerudo Training Grounds, which I'm also glad I didn't go there. But I guess I should have. I don't know.
Yeah, the logic on this seed was insane.
Atrocious.
So the bomb bag in Kakariko was Way of the Hero because the other two are bomb locked and you need bombs.
I got one of the other ones.
The other ones were Fountain Fairy and somewhere
Grotto.
else.
I think it was one of the Scrub Grotto. I think.
Maybe.
It was the Grotto at least.
Song of Time. No, it's not. Never mind. If there's a key in Underwater Rupees, which we don't know yet, Song of Time is also Way of the Hero to get to the right side of GTG for your Strength 3.
Oh, God.
So that you can get the long shot and Rudo's letter out of Trials.
Oh man, Trials had a lot.
Yeah.
That was...
The Trials opportunity definitely came in clutch here to kind of lead you there. Hey, Darklinks. Hopefully your EU went well. But yeah, all he needs is magic. Which are absolutely disgusting.
It was also the very first time I did the cutscene in Forest Temple to get to the basement early. Completely winged it.
Yep, that was great.
Which
luckily it paid off.
It did pay off, I think you, at one point you thought you got caught. If the elevator goes down like that, apparently you can just side hop or backflip, and that actually causes it to go down, so you don't have to worry. But for a first try, that was beautiful. I like you got it first try there. That was spectacular.
I watched the video on it yesterday, but like, I just watched it. I didn't really like practice or anything.
Watch video once, wing it in a race. That's the proper way to do things right there.
Oh yeah.
That's the best strat, objectively.
I don't think there was anything in Ice Cavern, so this is depressing to watch.
Wasn't there something like
Golden
super weird?
Scale is in Ice Cavern.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Gold Scale, and was there like FW or something too? Like something else that was like
Yeah, right across.
Sure.
Right across.
And then sorry, this is the final song. Which actually might be good, because he might go back to Child to check the Saria stuff, in which case you just do the other Child checks anyway.
I think I was looking for like one of the final two items for like a good hour and a half there.
Yeah, they were definitely well hidden in this seed. The boomerang is so disgusting.
Oh, it's so bad.
To have to do all of Forest, all of Stone Forest, to get the hammer,
the hammer,
for Stone
dude.
Fire, or Boomerang.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's the DDR way. Also, reminder, I did not gen the seed. Please don't blame me.
Oh, he got the
I
regular
think,
still. He
I think
doesn't have those.
the icing on the boomerang cake, though, is definitely the logical requirement to go to GTG to get Strength 3 to get Rosetta. Like, that's just the pièce de resistance right there.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Amazing.
Oh, so bad.
Because if you think about it for like 2 seconds, you'll realize that the only logical way to get to GTG was to do all 3 stone dungeons.
Gross.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing and terrible.
So I guess in hindsight, I didn't do as bad as I thought I did. If you think about it that way.
No, for sure no. Like, this seed is just, it's insane.
Like when Sage finished in 2 hours and 8 minutes, I was like, oh, I've only got like 30 minutes left. No, another hour.
I assume Sage skipped a lot of stuff. And then probably spent like 30 minutes looking for magic.
So he had to look for magic too.
I assume so. I haven't watched a ton of Sage, but we play fairly similarly.
Oh,
And I would have
you're
spent forever
insane.
looking for magic too.
Yeah, Sage wasn't on Restream, so we can't say with 100% confidence what Sage did, but that's our guess at least.
Shoutouts to me texting throughout that entire race. And like just kind of randomly doing stuff like missing a grotto. Because I was texting. Thanks, Mob.
Shoutouts to moms.
What's going on in here?
Definitely no Harry Potter talk. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
we were
it.
talking about Harry Potter for a little bit.
Harry Potter.
Spoiler alert. Harry dies.
Wow.
Wait, is he clipping through this? Because I've never seen this before. That's magical.
It can't be magical, it doesn't have magic yet.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Wrap it
this
up. Everybody
is
go
where-
home.
I
This
would have
is where
died,
Trez-
but I'm already dead because I'm a zombie. Ha.
This is where Trez bans me from the last restream.
Yep, pretty much. Also, another spoiler: Dumbledore dies as well.
Wow, all the spoilers here. Thank God, though, that the character that I'm named after, he's gonna be perfectly okay, because you didn't mention him. We're good.
Spoiler alert: Dobby dies as well.
What? Dance game.
The only death that was better in the movies.
Dobby gets stabbed with a knife.
Man, that's foreshadowing for my girlfriend, I think.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. That got dark.
I
That,
did not see
that
that
got
coming.
dark very fast.
Don't worry, she just appreciates my joke as much as chat does.
Spoiler alert: Ron is the one to screw Emma Watson. All right, everybody.
Ridiculous.
At this point, I guess we're waiting for Esther to find magic, but at that point, it seems a little more fair to just rate them and give them a bit of spotlight,
can't
a
get
bit of
through that.
love. You can.
Yeah, you can long shot the torch.
And behind Jabu? Or behind King Zora?
Yeah, so while the ice is melting, you can just walk through him, and then if you screw it up, you can long shot the torch because King Zora ignores the shot.
What a great game this is.
Because
The
OT
stuff
is a
I'm
well-coded
learning.
video game.
All right, everybody. At this point, we're gonna wrap up here. I want to give a gigantic shout out to Dotso and to the now dead Dobby for doing the commentary, and also to Deadly Thunder and Purple for the tracking. Somebody else tracked? Did I miss something?
Yeah, we had Purple and it was Purple and Deadly Thunder tracking.
Yeah. So the two that I mentioned. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a qualifier number 7. Dobby, when is the next one?
The next one is exactly 1 week. The final one at 1 p.m. Eastern time on next Sunday and or 5 p.m. UTC.
There you go, folks. That's when you're gonna get your next shot of DDR. Thank you all for watching, and we're gonna be back later. Take care.